Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
This hour of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by Talent Heating and Air. When you need service, rely on Talent. From system installations to tune-ups, rely on Talent. Online at talenthvac.com.
AL cert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are a grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond. Happy Thursday afternoon or morning or whatever. Got a little dense fog advisory in certain places this morning. Your high today is 85 degrees. It could get a little warmer than that out there today. So just be careful, be safe, hydrate, because we do have high school football tonight. So be careful out there. As we get you going. Talent Heating and Air can help you stay cool anywhere, anytime, inside. TalentHVAC.com, 256-503-4490. Talent Heating and Air, locally owned, 40-plus years combined experience, 24-hour service available. Give Thomas, Terry, and Jeremy a call. A tune-up that pays for itself, just $49. Let's see here. I'm going to do something here real fast. I have a feeling. Yeah. We're up as all the way we can go. We can't go any more higher.
Yeah.
Literally, we are up all the way on the board. Have no idea why. All right. Anyway, welcome back into the program.
I'm just watching something that's never happened, so I got to see this replayed again.
Well,
oh my goodness.
We can start there but we got a lot of stuff to get through today. We'll start there just for you.
Yeah.
Just for you. This here is just for you.
5 apiece, bottom of the ninth. Kim awaits the 3-2. Here it comes. There it goes. Line drive. Base it to the left. Here comes Thomas. He comes to the plate. The Braves win. Hassan Kim mobbed out there on the bags. The man without a base hit since June steps into the batter's box as himself, steps out as Superman, and it's a 6-5 winner for the Braves. Unbelievable.
Wow. Unreal.
There you go. Braves do get a win over the Dodgers last night, 6-5. The win for Atlanta sets them up to take the sweep of the Dodgers today.
Yep.
So there you go. Did you see one of the first guys out of the dugout last night with water?
Brewer.
Our good friend Brewer Hickman.
He did pinch run in the game, too. So that service time tick.
Hey, anytime that he is in the dugout for the big league club, that's a day that he gets service time.
You remember that old those old Looney Tunes where you would punch your card in when the prairie dog was trying to protect the sheep?
Yep.
As soon as he freaking punches in every morning. So check into the clubhouse. It's one day closer.
One day closer.
Yep, the sheepdog. The sheepdog never said a word, not much anyway. But he did beat the hell out of the coyote. Wile E. Coyote. Super genius.
So the reason why we are keeping track of this, because if you can get to 43 days of MLB service time, that triggers an initial vesting for the MLB pension plan and unlocks the team's contributions to the player's 401k. Mm-hmm. So he is on the verge of getting 43 days.
Yes.
The next step is 3 years. So 43 days is the first big hurdle. That's why
the next step is huge.
Yeah, we are trying to keep track of that for Brewer Hickman so that he can be vested in the MLB pension plan, which this number may or may not be correct. It's around $7,250 per year at the age of 62.
Well taken.
Yes.
You know, which means he's probably got a baseball card too.
Anyway, Braves do get the win last night. So Phillies also get the win. So no change in the NL East standings after last night. Do got high school football tonight. Just 2 games in the area. Over at Milton Frank Stadium, Huntsville will look to shake off last week's tough loss to Jasper. They're going to welcome Mae Jemison,
who is rusty.
That is a 6A, 5A matchup now. It's a 6A Region 4 versus a 5A Region 8 matchup at Milton Frank Stadium. And then at Wicks Family Field, you're going to get JP2, which is the Class 2A private, Region 2 versus Rogers, Class 3A, Region 7 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
There it is.
I believe it's Rogers' season opener. They did not play last week, did the Rogers Pirates. So this week they'll open it up at Wicks Family Field. So they got 2 games tonight.
JP2 looking for their first dub after the coaching regime change and the loss to Whitesburg Christian Academy. So JP2 looking for their first W at Wicks Family Field, and Huntsville looking to bounce back after, I thought, a valiant effort against Jasper. They couldn't get it done. Don't forget, though, Mae Jemison's going to be a little rusty. They only played part of the first quarter before the transformer blew out against
JP2 didn't get to finish their game against Whitesburg. It got called because of the weather.
Oh, yeah, the weather was a definite factor.
Yeah.
So it had already been a tough night. So
there is a monster it's not in this area, but to me, after their performance in week 0, both of their teams' performances in week 0, you get Thompson and Clay Chalkville tonight.
Yeah, it's a battle of arguably the top 2 programs in the state of Alabama from down the road. And lately, Clay Chalkville's had that number of the Warriors. So we'll see if that continues. So certainly the Thompson Warriors had an impressive win over Central Phoenix City last week. And then Clay Chalkville went out of state and whipped a team from Georgia that's supposed to be pretty good. So,
did you see all the little pregame trash talk between those two teams? That Clay Chalkville and that Georgia team? Oh, it was epic.
I didn't see it.
Epic. Oh, my goodness.
Did not. I have to admit.
If they were on the show, they'd be needing to go to class.
Okay.
Let's just say that. All right, a little high school football for you. Make sure you download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app, and you'll be ready for another full Friday night of high school football. Staying with football in the SEC this time. Yesterday, the school presidents voted to approve the penalties for playing an illegal player, whether it be football or basketball or whatever. And the vote went 15-0 with LSU abstaining from the vote.
So the day before they voted for it, and then once the penalties were announced, they abstained.
Yes. The penalties are as follows.
These are called Kiffins.
A coach can be suspended for half of the season.
Yep.
A fine of 50% of the fiscal year's operating budget for that sport.
Wow.
The school's loss of voting privileges on conference business matters. Mm-hmm. And end any additional penalties the commissioner and presidents deem appropriate.
Yeah, there you go. So
there's a lot of feeling that the LSU president believes, and the LSU inner circle believes that on Monday is the big day. That's when this goes to court in LSU, in Baton Rouge.
I don't care.
If they get the ruling in their favor, then this will all be moot.
How is it mute? Because they can still enforce the rules. I'm sorry, I don't care what a judge says. If you play the kid, you can still enforce the rules. They don't make LSU doesn't make the rules. Okay, if the conference passes a rule, you have to either abide by it or pay the consequences. Okay, so in other words, go stick. That's basically what this is.
Yeah.
Everybody else voted for it. Just because you didn't, all of a sudden you're above everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
That's the feeling in the inner circle. Now, yesterday, this is typical Louisiana politics right now. Governor Jeff Landry got involved.
Of course he did.
And put his 2 cents in. Yesterday, did the governor. He said this whole thing is ridiculous. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
So now he's a rapper.
Then he goes on to say in a statement that the SEC accepted the court's decision on Diego Pavia and Trinidad Chambliss. Why is this different? You can't tell athletes their college careers are over, watch them move on, change the rules later, and then punish them for not predicting the future.
I can tell you how it's different, you dumbass. These guys signed professional contracts and were in NFL training camps, you moron. That's where it was. So go stick a crawfish up your ass. That's exactly where it is. They signed a professional contract. I'm sure you were in favor of Bediako being taken off the floor, even though your sorry-ass LSU basketball program was near the bottom of the league anyway.
Yeah.
Because you had to go back and get Crook Wade back. But I'm
sorry.
This is
the governor. Yeah, the governor is saying this.
I'm sorry.
Trinidad Chambliss never declared for the NFL draft.
No, he never did, and neither did Diego Pavia. Okay?
Never declared for the NFL draft.
Did. That
never appeared on an NFL roster. Neither guy did.
Never did. And there has been rules passed. Rules have been passed, you dumbass. That's why. So go worry about swindling money out of the people of Louisiana and shut up and get out of football.
Yeah.
You corrupt piece of trash.
He goes on to say again, I've been saying for a year that college sports needs to be fixed. The NCAA could have done it. Congress could have done it. Neither
and
did.
Would still be trying to circumvent the rules. You hired 3 of the biggest scumbags in the history of coaching. Kim Mulkey, Western Union, and Lane Kiffin. And then you spoke out of both sides of your crawfish ass when you said, we're firing Brian Kelly. We don't need to be wasting money on a cold. We need to go fit out. And then you spend 10 times the money. So who cares what this guy says? In other words, he's a typical politician.
Yep. He says now the SEC... Now the SEC is creating a legal mess over athletes it told were out of eligibility, only to change the rules afterward.
The only thing you can say is these guys should have been grandfathered in for the 5th year and maybe they wouldn't have signed an NFL contract. But boo-hoo-hoo, cry me a river. They've got a $50 million roster. They've got plenty of talent. In other words, if you don't win, you know whose fault it is?
Well,
it's the coach.
You know, I was thinking about it. We keep saying, well, the NCAA should have grandfathered in the 2022 class, and they should have done this. But if you're the NCAA, where do you? I mean, you got to rip the Band-Aid off at some point and say, enough's enough. You know, we gave you COVID. We gave you COVID extra year. We gave you a year in other places.
It's time to move on.
It is.
And make the game, you know, all these 25-year-olds, and Alabama's even got one in Kendrick Bingley Jones, but you need to move on.
Yes, and here's the thing. Daquan Wright, the NFL doesn't need Daquan Wright.
No, because he's not.
And he's not going to make it in the NFL. He'll make money, and that's the thing. He's only coming back to college. He's not coming back to college because he loves going to the cafeteria or he loves using the computer lab or something like that.
He was at Ole Miss last year.
Yeah, he's not coming back to college for the love of school.
No.
He's coming back to college because he can make money.
Right.
Because he can make a lot of money coming back to college for this 1 year. That's why he's coming back. The NCAA, I know people, they're giving them a hard time, but it's like, where do you I get it. It's hard to grandfather all these guys in, and then you get more of a mess. And it's like, okay, going forward, everybody knows the 5 for 5 now. There was going to be a class that was going to get kind of gypped out of this. It just so happens to be the 2022 class. Just move on.
Yeah, move on. Sorry.
Just move on.
You still got a good team. You still got a really good coaching staff you've hired, and you're creating your own distraction by trying to circumvent the rules.
Yeah.
But nobody ever said that Lane Kiffin didn't have ADHD. I mean, and he does, of course.
All right, we got to get a break in here. 7:16 on Thursday morning. We've got Ronnie Watson coming up at 7:30. Mike Scarborough at 8 o'clock, top of the hour. We'll get his thoughts on everything that's gone on in Baton Rouge.
He's been covering it for 30 years.
I don't think he's ever seen anything like this.
Yeah, I
don't think we have never seen anything like this.
Nobody has. I mean,
David Lloyd will join us at 9:30 as we talk some Randolph football. So we'll mix some high school and some college conversation in there as well. Kentucky basketball now in the crosshairs of this NCAA or the SEC penalty phase. They're in the crosshairs with a transfer.
We've got Mitchell.
Yep, we've got a lot of stuff to get through, a lot of stuff to break down. It's all coming your way after this quick timeout.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Traffic continues to build on all our inbound routes. Going south on Research Park Boulevard is really stacking up, and a lot of that's due to fog once again. Same thing coming out of Decatur. 31 and 20 is covered in a lot of fog, just very dense. We don't have any accidents to report as of yet. Be careful out there. School zones are going active about now, and you've got a lot of students that are going to be on the roadways and walking to school and riding bikes, and even new drivers. So be careful. Keep an eye out for them. Help them get to where they're going. From the Tennessee Valley Traffic Center, I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. Taking care of your property yourself can be a real headache. Eagle can handle it for you. They offer full landscaping services, irrigation, mowing, bush hog, and can install plants and trees, sod, and even landscape borders. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
The push for the playoffs continues for your Rocket City Trash Pandas with the final homestand of the regular season, September 1st through 6th. Promotions include 3 nights of giveaways, plus fireworks to close out the evening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get your tickets now at tptix.com. That's tptix.com.
Let's rock it.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Hey, I'm Bobby White for Lynn Layton Ford Indicator. Summer is flying by and our summer sales event is coming to an end soon. But there's still time to lock in low, amazing summer deals. Now's your last chance to get 0% financing, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 down payment assistance on a huge selection of new Fords. With your good credit, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 26 Broncos. $6,000 off. While they last, get $7,500 off MSRP on a 25 Bronco Sport. $7,500 off. The last new 2026 STX Crew Cab started under $46,000, and Lynn Layton Ford will never add any dealer dock fees or some ridiculous upcharge. Don't miss out on 0%, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 cost for maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 in down payment assistance. Hurry into Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
Bronco 28442T, Bronco Sport 28032D, F-150 28485T. See dealer for details.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
All right, welcome back in. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond on a Thursday morning. A lot of stuff to get through here on a Thursday. 256-576-4977. That's the number to the phone lines. You can join us here on this Thursday. Don't forget, coming up on Saturday, you do have college football to watch. So finally, we're going to get to play college football on Saturday.
And broadcast it.
Yep. Make sure you join 97.7 ESPN The Zone for the Story Financial Partners Bowl inside Wicks Family Field. UNA and Samford, 6 o'clock kickoff. Our pregame show will start at 4:30 on Saturday. And it's going to be a fun time. You'll be a part of that at Wicks Family Field. First college football game to be played at Wicks Family Field. Right. Should be a fun one. Again, pregame coverage at 4:30 over the airways of 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And then kickoff is set for 6 o'clock. Ticketmaster.com. You can still get some tickets. I saw that UNA sold out their alumni section, or they sold out a lot of their little special ticket deals that they had there. General admission tickets are still available. So make sure you get out there, get some tickets, watch some college football on Saturday. Let's go to the phone lines real fast. Let's get Jason in. Good morning, Jason.
Morning, Jason.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Morning.
LSU doesn't have a complete coaching rotation with their baseball and softball down there. So I got an idea. We need Brad Bohannon to join the LSU coaching circle. And then we need former Auburn softball coach Clint Myers, and he'd bring his boy with him.
You know what
do you think?
What gets lost in this whole shuffle is that while all this was going on, all these court injunctions, all of this, hey, you know, what's going on? Are they going to play? Are they not going to play? They had Skip Bertman's memorial.
Oh, in between all that.
In between all of this the other day, and people, they were trying to get comments about the transfer portals and will these guys play? Will they not play? And the AD was like, today's not the day to be answering all those questions.
Well, I mean,
I will say that was
on the other end of the spectrum.
Yes.
You got the Cowboys from Tombstone with the red sashes, and then you got Wyatt Earp over here who passed away. Okay,
yeah,
that's how it works.
And I got the idea to end all this with all these players petitioning to one more year to play. If they can show their transcripts and show that they can graduate in 3 months for getting this extra year, maybe let them get their degree. But if they can't show they can graduate college in the next 2 years after they've been there 6 years, maybe they shouldn't be getting another year eligibility.
Well, I don't know if you heard John Gross yesterday, but he had a very, I thought, revealing comment after spending 4 years at Clemson. We know he was head football coach at Jack State and was for 9 years and was also there for a time, over a decade, because he was offensive coordinator before he moved his way up. So he's spent a long time now, 15-plus years on the college level, in addition to 23 on the high school. With all this changing landscape, he said, you see kids transferring 3 and 4 times, and on average, and I'm sure he learned this from Dabo, kids lose 30% of their credits when they transfer. So like he said, if you transfer 3 or 4 times, by the time your eligibility clock is up, you have no degree. And so that's a huge issue.
Right. That's the one. Every time you used to sign a scholarship, you say, I'm going to continue my education at so-and-so school. You don't hear that no more. And that's where they're losing at.
You just, in other words,
education.
Jabroni Lames. It's I'm taking my talents to wherever.
Well, that's right. These two kids, these two guys that are coming back to want to play football for LSU, they're not coming back because they want to study and they want to crack open the book. They're coming back for NIL money, period.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they're coming back. They want to get their NIL money.
They can't make the NFL.
Because they can't make the NFL, exactly.
And all this falls in the lap of Texas A&M and Texas, the ones that was parading these boys in to get bid on by boosters and offering them all that money. That started the whole thing.
You mean when Dirt Neck lied?
Yep. Jimbo Fisher, Dirt Neck, that right there is what started it, the bid.
Yep.
And that was way out of control.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas, have a good one.
Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that.
No, I mean, this is... And did you see this did you see this yesterday? Thomas Castellanos has a new home.
Yeah. Shocker, it's Cody Campbell.
Yeah, going to Texas Tech. He was Now, this all goes into what we were going to talk about with Kentucky, and we still will later in the show. But Castellanos gets a TRO in Kentucky by a judge for a 5th season. Now, he did attend minicamp with the Miami Dolphins, but he never appeared on a roster.
Never got signed.
Never signed with the Dolphins. He just played wide receiver at the Dolphins minicamp. So, therefore, the Big 12, they passed the same set of rules as everybody else.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
the Big 12 says he's eligible to play. And so Thomas Castellanos will be the backup for Will Hammond at Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Because Will Hammond had all the ACL from last October. Yeah. They assume he's healthy. They say he's healthy.
After they got rid of Art Sleester.
Yes.
After they claimed they were going to play him.
Yes. And
risk that, which they did not. I just think we can call this LSU's bluff. That's what I'm thinking. But you know how it is.
This could be. Mm-hmm. It's almost like you need that standoff music from the old Western. Yeah. You know, where the guys are just staring at each other. You got Greg Sankey staring at the LSU president and AD.
You remember Doc say when?
Who's gonna?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He told my man Johnny, who was scared crapless, say when. Then he shot Johnny in the head.
I mean, that's almost what you need in.
And then said the stress was more than he could bear.
Maybe is this?
That's the good, the bad, the ugly.
It is, but can you imagine Greg Sankey staring at the LSU folks right now about this thing? We got to get a break in. Ronnie Watson's on the other side. We'll talk legitimate football next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Temperatures fall into the upper 60s for this Thursday night across the Tennessee Valley. We'll also start to see those clouds move out of the area. We'll see mostly sunshine for your Friday. Temperatures going to warm back into the low 90s for the afternoon. A passing shower could be possible for some of us, but most of us remain dry for the ending of this work week.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Looks like we're still accident-free across the valley. Traffic is moving along steadily, but is very slow in some places. 565 is really beginning to build and slow down through the construction area, so be careful through there. You've also got more activity coming in on 231, coming down the mountain. It's foggy when you get to the Tennessee River Bridge, and then it's thinning out a little bit, but heavy traffic is keeping it slow. Been having problems with the light there at Green Cove and the Parkway, short cycling, and that's backing traffic up quite a bit, so you want to be on the lookout for that. Coming in from the New Hope area, coming in from Gunnersville, Boaz, Albertville, you do have some patchy dense fog in there, especially in the low areas, so be careful there also. Keep the seatbelts buckled, be safe, keep the headlights on. From the Tennessee Valley Traffic Center, I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
18 national titles and hungry for more.
100 yards and the Tide adds to its lead.
Every snap is right here. Join us Saturday, September 5th as the Crimson Tide start the 2026 season against East Carolina in Tuscaloosa on your home for Alabama football.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Hello there, this is Kerry Rosenblum, broker of Rosenblum Realty. We've been doing real estate needs for folks in the area for 70 years, and you're thinking about selling your home. You may know repairs need to be done. You say, well, should I do this or should I make that improvement? We can come consult with you free of charge, tell you what needs to be done, also give you resources at efficient cost to get those jobs done. Contact us at 256-539-9501 or visit our web at rosenblumrealty.com, and we'll get you those answers you need to sell your home.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. but it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back in. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond. Welcome back in on a Thursday morning. That sees us shift our attention now to high school football. Don't forget, got 2 games in the area tonight. Tomorrow night, the lights will be on bright all across North Alabama as it's week 1 of the high school football season. Sparkman going to have their hands full. They're going to welcome Austin to the Capitol. Austin comes in smarting a little bit. They took one on the chin from James Clemens on Friday. Did Austin. Sparkman battled, and I mean they battled, against Spain Park. And Spain Park came in ranked inside the preseason top 10 in Class 6A. They looked every bit of that, and Sparkman went toe-to-toe with Spain Park and probably left some stuff there on the table.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, certainly you kind of got the same feel for the Huntsville performance against Jasper. The same thing with Sparkman. Sparkman started extremely fast against a really good Spain Park football team. Went into the locker room at home only trailing 14-13. Defense stood on their head the entire second half, held them to 3, had a chance to win the game throughout the second half. Couldn't quite get it done, but certainly did a lot of good things that's got to give you a lot of confidence, once region play starts. You already mentioned their next opponent, who was for about a decade a region opponent, in 7A football for the better part of nearly a decade. So it's very familiar. But we're going to talk to the head football coach of the Sparkman Senators. He's been kind enough to join us. I think they were walking off the field with their walkthrough this morning. They do it in the morning. But we always enjoy catching up with Ronnie Watson, and he's joining us right now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And we're going to talk some Senators now as they turn their focus to the Austin Black Bears. Coach, it's great to talk with you this morning. How you doing?
Doing great. Just out here on the field, and guys just ran in, and getting ready for another great night of football.
Yeah, and this one is one of familiarity. You're very familiar with this opponent. Just a little bit different feel because it's not a region game, but some classics between these two teams the last few years, certainly.
Yeah, over the last 5 to 10 years, it's just been back and forth. Coach Perkins runs a great program over at Austin, and we've seen them in the spring. We played them in 7-on-7 this summer. It's always great competition, and you that's what you want. You want to have teams on the other side of the field that's going to push you to your limits, and they're going to come in well coached like always. Yeah. Just like this past one, we just got to make the plays you got to make to come out successful in the end.
Yeah, how many plays do you think you guys left out there on the field on Friday against Spain Park? It looks like you had plenty of chances. Credit Spain Park for making the plays, but you guys, I think, left a lot on the table on Friday.
Yeah, everything, everything goes to Coach V and his staff and his players. They made the plays they had to. Going in, I told our players I need 60 great plays on offense, 60 great plays on defense, and a dozen great special teams plays. And we ended up getting 58, 10. So, right there, and you want to feel good and things like that, but still in the end, you didn't get the job done, and that's what we got to do. You want to hit that next level, that's what you got to do, is do the job done in games like that.
And how did you feel? One of the things we talked about last week, you were very excited about your quarterback coming back with a lot of experience. And certainly, if you had scripted it, you couldn't have been prouder of how the offense came out and played for the majority of that first half when you were able to control the tempo and the ground and the time of possession.
Yeah, I mean, they did the fantastic job. The offensive staff did, led by Spencer Smith. But they did an excellent job. Great game plan. Going in, kept the ball, kept defense on the sidelines, so they wasn't winded going in. I mean, it wasn't as hot as it's been, but it was still hot.
Mm-hmm.
But they made some good adjustments at halftime, and their adjustments were better than ours. So again, all hats go off to them, and whether it's 2 plays, 3 plays, or whatever, we're still expected, and our expectations as a program is to be able to make those plays.
Mm-hmm. Coach, they say the biggest improvement comes from week 1 to week 2. Where do you want to see this team improve from week 1 to week 2?
We've on the defensive, defense couldn't have played much better than they played.
Right.
But zero explosive plays. I mean, they've got a great. They're always going to have athletes. Austin's always going to have athletes. Defense is always going to hit hard. They're going to be very well coached. Offense as well. I mean, they're running back number 9. That dude in the last couple of years has taken so many hits and come back and just keep hitting and keep hitting and keep hitting. But they're going to have athletes everywhere, and we've got to be able on the defensive side of the ball. We got to make sure no explosive plays, and on offense, we've got to make sure that we're not we're not making mistakes ourselves that are stopping to stop us on drives.
Well, and then we mentioned Joshua Nalen earlier.
Yeah.
Made a lot of plays with his legs. After watching the film with the offensive coaches, what do you think is the next step for him? Obviously, he's a great athlete, and I would venture to say, Coach, with the schedule you're playing, that's probably as good a defense as you're going to face this year. So you got to have some confidence that you can continue to get better each week.
I mean, one thing about having a guy like Josh at quarterback is I'm going to have 1,000%, positive everything about him. I mean, kid he's a leader. He's a leader. Like you guys said, he's an athlete. We've got to make more plays. It's great making plays with your feet, but sometimes we've got to settle down and make sure if a guy's open, we're hitting that too. I think the biggest positive last week with Josh and the offense is the amount of negative plays he didn't have.
Yes.
Where you look at last year, we get in some certain situations and things like that. You could really tell his maturity and how he's grown through the off season. Because, when I go and I grade, I didn't, there was nowhere near that. Whether he's making, the wrong decision, the right decision, he made 95% right. So, that's one of the big things I took out of last week.
Defensively, a couple seniors really stood on their head. I mean, Amari Hicks, Carlando Ayers. Defensively, you got a lot of production out of some seniors as well. Carson White, sophomore-wise, also looked like he had a good game on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I mean, we seniors stepped up. We had Amari Hicks at safety, KJ Ayers, Jair. A defensive line come in, he plays defensive end, a great game. I think Amari ended up having 14 tackles. Jair had 11. We had a sophomore get an interception, and Bryson McCray. There was one time it was about the middle of the third quarter, and I looked out there and I got on the defensive headset and I go, Coach Livingston, there's a lot of sophomores out on that football field. And he goes, yeah, that's going to make you look like a genius in 2 years. But, there are some, one thing around here, the best players are going to play.
Yeah.
So, if you're a sophomore, if you're a freshman, if you're a junior, whatever it is, you're a senior, then those are the guys that's going to go out there and they're going to have the opportunities to play because they've earned it throughout the week.
Did you see those young guys kind of grow as the night went along?
Oh, yeah. You could see, from first quarter, Carson White, you could see from first quarter where, even though he played a ton against Daphne in the playoff game last year. But you could really see kind of slow step in there in the first quarter. But then second, third, and fourth quarter, it was like he's been out there for 2 years already. He was 9 tackles deep. He almost got to double digits, but to see him grow up in front of us, and Zayden Taylor Anderson defensively, he played a whole bunch. Braden Davis as a sophomore, he played a bunch. Just to see those guys and see in situations, yeah, they're sophomores, but one thing I think Coach White taught me his years here. Your players are going to play. You just got to get them out there and give them an opportunity to do so.
We're talking to Ronnie Watson, head football coach of the Sparkman Senators. As we look back at their 17-13, tough loss to the Spain Park Jags, but also look ahead to the Austin Black Bears as they try to get into the win column on Friday night at the Capitol. And certainly we're looking forward to that football game. But Coach, I know defensively to hold a program like Spain Park to 3 points and give yourself an opportunity to win the game. I know you guys moved the football up and down the field, but obviously they had kind of a three-headed monster. Yeah, I know with Nash Davis and the Barrett Price kid. Obviously he had a nice game, really good receiver, and C.J. Davis, their running back, but. I would think, especially now and you had already told us that you guys were going to be young defensively, but to see them hold up all these sophomores against a program of Spain Park's caliber, and I think a lot of people raised eyebrows because Spain Park, Coach Fakakis does a great job. But what kind of carryover do you get now that you've watched Austin on tape and now these young guys get a chance to go back to work?
One thing about Austin's going to come, they're going to be hard hitting. They're going to be very disciplined. And a different style game is the game's probably going to be more physical. It's having guys that's going to be able to go 4 quarters that took care of their body this week. We had a few more cramps than I'd like last week. But it's going to be hard nosed. It's going to be physical. And, my tenure here, the more physical team in that football game's always won.
Right. Yeah. No question about that. And what kind of growth are you looking for offensively now? I know with Josh, he made a lot of plays, but I would think you guys would like to see the passing game progress and be able to have a little more balance.
Yeah, run game wasn't bad. Run game total was, Josh had about 113 yards. Mm-hmm. Waylon Marbury, 25 carries, had over 120 yards.
Good stuff.
It's coming through being able to continually do that, but sprinkle in whether it's play action, RPOs, to win. The teams we're going to play. To win, you're going to have some explosive plays as well, and all of our explosive plays for most part last week were on the ground. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a few in the air to have the success that we think we can have.
I know it's not a region game. How important was it though to continue this kind of rivalry or this matchup with Austin, because it seems like every year that you guys play each other, it comes down to the final play. It comes down to one drive. This is a heck of a series between you and Austin.
When we found out that, the day of, me and Coach Perkins actually talked before they announced what teams were going to go up, what teams were going to go down, and had a pretty good idea. And
yeah,
that was the first guy to, respect for him and his program, but wanting that same level of competition, because it's usually both teams have respect for each other. We come in, it's just a great football game. We had already, planned way before they did it, whether, we're in the region or not, still want to play. We just had to figure out where in our schedules it would work out for both of us.
That's good.
Well, and what's funny is it's almost in the exact same spot as always.
It is kind of, yeah. It's funny how that works out.
Yeah, and at least you get them back home too, though.
Oh yeah.
And certainly everybody's looking forward to being out there.
It's always great when you're at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know it was a great environment last week. Well, should be a great one. And at least you guys got to finish. I was out at Pisgah, Randolph. We finished as well. But the weather got a little dicey around everywhere else, it seemed like.
Yeah, I was telling our athletic trainers we did something right to somebody, because we couldn't have asked for better. It was hot, but it was hot everywhere. But as far as lightning and things like that, everything stayed away. And believe it or not, second, third quarter, there was a little bit of a breeze. It wasn't much, but there was a little bit of a breeze. So we did something right.
Well, enjoy this home one tonight because you're not at home now for the next 4 games.
Next month.
That's good. I mean, we go to Kansas City, and it just fell on, we have e-learning day next Friday, so that'll be weird. So we'll have to be flexible, and things will be different going down there. And but the difference is the way the region fell.
Yeah.
I mean, they're away games, but they're like 10 minutes away. All of them's like 10, 15 minutes away. So it shouldn't affect us too much.
We're looking forward to it, though. It'll be, of course, John Abraham and Joe Hunk on the call. And by the way, I hope Joe Hunk had a good birthday yesterday. Congratulations to him. But again, we always look forward to, and everybody, if you want to follow the action, it's on Senator Zone. You'll be able to listen to Sparkman football tomorrow night at the Capitol, 7 o'clock, as they will take on Jeremy Perkins and the Austin Black Bears, looking to get that W and really had a strong effort last week and a lot of potential with this young football team. A lot of sophomores on the field, but a lot of talent in Ronnie Watson's program. Well, Coach, we appreciate you for taking the time walking off the field there. Hopefully you'll have great weather, and it looks like it's going to be solid, and maybe the cramping will be a little bit there won't be as many issues because we certainly had a lot of it on Saturday too, and we did the Columbia, certainly Greensboro game. But congratulations to you guys as far as a solid first effort, because I think it really opened a lot of eyes and a lot of potential with this Senator squad. But good luck to you on Friday, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, guys. Go Senators.
All right, let's get a break in. We'll wrap up hour 1 coming up next.
Yeah, he told me.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The only problem we still see this morning is fog, and it's very dense in some places. Looking good on 565, not a real lot of problems there. It's just a heavy traffic going into the construction zone, slowing things down. Got heavy traffic on Memorial Parkway all the way from the River Bridge all the way up to 565. Same thing southbound on the Parkway coming out of Fayetteville. It's just a lot of traffic, especially stop-and-go traffic in and around Hazel Green and Meridianville where all the traffic lights are. Looking pretty good coming in from Scottsboro. No major problems there. Just once again, it's just fog. And it is beginning to clear. It looks like it's beginning to burn off at least a little bit. Keep the seatbelts buckled, the headlights on. From the Tennessee Valley Traffic Center, I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com. When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at DraftKings. And on September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun. All roads lead to Game Day. Now remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code 977TheZone. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code 977TheZone. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
Welcome to Southern Wagyu Steakhouse and Meat Market in Huntsville. From hand-cut premium steaks and chef-crafted Southern favorites to phenomenal made-from-scratch desserts and restaurant-quality meats you can take home. Every meal is made with passion and served with genuine Southern hospitality. Join us for lunch or dinner. Attend a monthly 5-course supper club or stop by to stock up your grill. You'll see that we deliver excellence from prep to plate. Southern Wagyu Steakhouse and Meat Market, corner of Highway 72 East and Jordan Road. Come taste the difference.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. At the Aldridge Law Firm in the Legal Town Center, we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188. Just remember, we're here to help, whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete. We're here to help.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
All right, welcome back in. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond, about ready to wave goodbye to hour number 1. Got a couple minutes here. Hour number 2, we'll see just as busy as an hour. Mike Scarborough will join us at the top of the hour. That'll be a good conversation. Got to get his thoughts on everything in Baton Rouge because
he's seen it all. He really has.
I mean, you don't want to keep talking about it, but you kind of have to because every day something new happens.
Like, aren't you just ready to play Clemson and get rid of all this rigmarole?
And the worst part is, I guess we'll know after Monday. We'll know Monday afternoon whether or not Daquan Wright and what's his name, the other one, is going to be in uniform on Saturday.
No, I mean, are they going to we'll call their bluff? Are they going to risk the sanctions by the SEC? The SEC passed the rules.
I think if the judge says no, I think LSU will abide by it. I don't think they will.
It would be a dead issue.
Yes. I think after that, I think Monday it'll be a dead issue.
Sign with the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Yes. I do. I think it'll all be a dead issue on Monday afternoon if the SEC gets the ruling that they want.
Yeah.
It's all dead. LSU will abide by it, and they'll move on.
Right.
But if LSU gets the ruling that they want on Monday, then those two cats are going to play on Saturday, and the SEC is going to have, and this will just get challenged in court even more.
Well, I don't know how it's a written rule. So I don't care. You just immediately sanction them. You know what I'm saying? You want half your budget down the toilet and suspend Lane Kiffin? Hell, I'd love it. Throw his ass in the ditch. I don't care. Because, I mean, I don't think Lane Kiffin's got the balls to do it, to play with these rules in place. So, I mean, I'm sure the judge, being it's a Baton Rouge judge, probably will rule in favor of LSU. But you would think there'd be some common sense. Heck, a Tuscaloosa judge ruled against Charles Bediaco. Do you really want to challenge these rules that have been legally put in place?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, if you get expelled from a school, you can't go get some court order and they say you can go back to the school. It's the school's call.
Right.
And this is the SEC's call. It's pretty simple. It's cut and dry to me.
No, it is. I think it is. I just think LSU they're putting all their hay in this judge's ruling on Monday. And if it goes in their favor, then they're going to play him.
I would then immediately slash them 50%, and I would suspend Lane Kiffin for half the season.
Yeah.
You want to call the bluff? Your ass is out. What you going to do, Lane? Get your lawyer to sue? Get Jimmy Sexton to sue to reinstate you when the SEC has a rule? There's a rule. Okay? There is a rule that was passed
Yes,
by
there
the
is.
majority of the SEC. I'm sorry. It's a rule, jackass.
All right, Mike Scarborough's on the other side.
But I'm going to let Mike talk.
No.
I love Mike.
We got to get his thoughts.
I'm going to let him give his thoughts. I'm not trashing Lane Kiffin for this segment. Everybody.
No, we're a few hundred miles away from Baton Rouge. We got to get the real feeling of what it's like in Baton Rouge.
I do.
Yes.
I let them talk, give their thoughts. I have tremendous respect for Mike. And look, and I want to get his thoughts on Skip Burtman too, who I revered.
Well, yeah, like I said, this all just got kind of overshadowed.
The anti-Kiffin.
It got overshadowed because of all of this.
He doesn't fail a lie detector test.
Mike Scarborough's on the other side. Hour 2 next.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Braves play with a series sweep today against the Dodgers, laying $1.14 at Truist Park with Chris Sale on the mound. Sale 12-9 at 2.20 ERA. Yoshi Yamamoto for the Dodgers minus 106. Yamamoto 12-7, 2.61 ERA, 7 over the total. William Byron, Ryan Blaney both plus 850 with the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona on Saturday night. Falcons a 3.5-point favorite tomorrow at Miami in the preseason finale. Jacksonville State opens the season Saturday. 7-point underdogs against North Dakota State. The total 46.5. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey, I'm Bobby White for Lynn Layton Ford Indicator. Summer is flying by and our summer sales event is coming to an end soon. But there's still time to lock in low, amazing summer deals. Now's your last chance to get 0% financing, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 down payment assistance on a huge selection of new Fords. With your good credit, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 26 Broncos. $6,000 off. While they last, get $7,500 off MSRP on a 25 Bronco Sport. $7,500 off. The last new 2026 STX Crew Cab started under $46,000, and Lynn Layton Ford will never add any dealer dock fees or some ridiculous upcharge. Don't miss out on 0%, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 cost for maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 in down payment assistance. Hurry into Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford Country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at LynnLaytonFord.com.
Bronco 28442T, Bronco Sport 28032D, F-150 28485T.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations. And on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
This hour brought to you by SportsMed Orthopedic and Spine Center. Online at sportsmedalabama.com. Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
There you go. Welcome back in. Hour 2 is with us. SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, dedicated to providing care that improves lives. Right along with us for hour number 2, sportsmedalabama.com is how you can find them online. 256-881-5151 is how you can get a hold of them over the El Telefone. North Alabama's leader in sports medicine surgery. state-of-the-art orthopedic urgent care, the most comprehensive spine team in North Alabama. They are Sports Med Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, the official medical providers for the UAH Chargers, Rocket City Trash Pandas, just a few of which of them have homes right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And we have spent a lot of time on Monday, a lot of time on Tuesday, a lot of time on Wednesday, and some time today talking about the SEC, talking about LSU, talking about lawsuits. And my, oh my, what a crazy, wild time it is. Hopefully we can get this all behind us and actually start just talking games. But
we would hope so. And I mean, our next guest, 30 years, TigerBait.com has been your preeminent source for LSU Tiger information. He's done an outstanding job covering the Bayou Bengals in every aspect, and he's seen it all. I'm sure I even venture to say he's probably as tired as we are of talking about lawsuits and eligibility and everything. And everybody just wants to be inside Tiger Stadium in a week from Saturday, watching them compete against the Clemson Tigers. Just to watch this team play, get all this stuff in the rear view. So we've got a few more days of this, but we're certainly going to get the opinion and the intel of someone we truly respect, and that is Mike Scarborough. And he's been kind enough to join us on WZZN TV and the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. I think you absolutely nailed it. I've been doing this for 30 years, and you guys know it because you're broadcasting daily. It usually gets somewhere in the teens in August, right, where it's analysis paralysis. You explain why you're making whatever prediction for your the team, and the position battles and how it's shaping up, and you get tired. You can feel it. You can see it in your numbers probably where people are tired of talking about it and they're ready for a game. And it's gotten to this point in Baton Rouge. And so all the court cases and restraining orders and all that stuff, on one hand, we're tired of there's a fatigue of talking about the upcoming season. We want the season to get here, but I also don't want to talk about court cases and judges and all this other stuff. And and where does it all go? I just watched another attorney familiar with these matters, and I don't think anybody knows where this all ends up, and everybody just thinks it's some corrupt judiciary down in Louisiana that's doing all this, and it's not. And but where does it go? It's not like Lane Kiffin and Billy Glasscock and the whole team of LSU's in courtrooms. They're preparing for the football season. This is the players, their attorneys, and look, Sankey and the other leagues can pass all the rules and say we're going to take away half your operating budget and suspend your staff for half a season, and that's all great. And I don't even think LSU disagrees with some of that. But what are the judges going to say? And where does this go? How far does it escalate up the chain with appeals courts? And in the end, how long does that take? Kickoffs next week.
Yeah.
So kind of set the time frame for us then, Mike. So Monday is a big day, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not just him. I mean, Will Wade and his basketball roster are
right.
All these guys in class, are they taking classes and then they're either waiting to be confirmed or they're waiting to have the rug pulled out from underneath them, and then I'm assuming they would withdraw from school and go about their business. But yeah, it's let's say all these guys would have been said, okay, come on in. The water's warm and you guys are ready to go and no fight. It's not like they would have been playing against Clemson anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Would they maybe mid-September, some of these guys see the field, maybe the tight end early because he's familiar with the offense and the scheme. I don't know.
Well, and the one thing, I wanted your opinion on it, is there any worry, and I know you and Buddy Sanji had Tiger Bait Live last night, that Lane and this coaching staff, who, I mean, again, it's a really good staff that he's hired, but are you creating a distraction considering the quality of opponents you're playing? Now, if you were going out playing McNeese State, you're going to win the game 50, but you're playing Clemson. It's a proven Power 4 program. Is there any worry that with these eligibility cases happening, as you said, kickoff is in a little over a week? Are they creating a distraction with their football team going through all this?
I think there could be.
Right.
But look, we had Lane on Monday, and man, we waited in that room. I don't know what the final number was for how late he was, and part of me was wondering, was it because he was, saying, look, you don't know what you're about to walk into. And what's funny is, as a media member, I had no idea that my peers in the room were going to be asking as many questions about it. I actually wanted to ask football questions.
Amen.
And what was even funnier is, the Gen Z and the millennial media guys were the ones that were focusing on the court cases, and it was the older guys like me that wanted to talk about the wide receiver room and how the scrimmage went on Saturday. And I don't know what to make of that, age-related stuff, but yeah, I don't think there's. I'll say this, just by the things that Lane Kiffin has said since he arrived here. I think they're trying. There's a fine line, and I think every coach in America has to operate this way, where you're trying to be the traditional college football coach, but you're also operating and adopting many of the same policies and attitudes towards personnel that the NFL does. And so, it's a two-way street. You can have kids twisting your arm every 3 or 4 months because they want more NIL money. And come December, there's going to be, kids that are told you need to get in the portal because we don't have a spot for you next year. We've seen what you can do, and we don't have a spot for you. And so call it what you want, but you're being waived, you're being cut. This is a year-to-year deal now in college football, and this to the dismay of college football fans, but it is pro football. It just is.
Well, Mike, okay, so LSU, they've gone through all their fall practices. They're focusing ahead on Clemson. I mean, you've got you got an idea of who's going to play on Saturday. If these guys are allowed to play, I mean, what would be even a realistic expectation for them to even play in Clemson, because they've not been in camp this whole time? And if they're not,
no.
I mean, LSU's gone through whole camp. I mean, you would be fine because they have not been there anyway.
Yeah, I think Mike was saying they're going to be worked in slowly.
Yeah, but I mean, what would be an expectation?
Yeah, I thought had everything got done the way it did a week ago, and these guys came in, I was like, maybe you can get them in a little bit for Louisiana Tech. Would they maybe be full speed ahead? Would you want to do it on the road at Ole Miss, or would you wait for A&M late September? I mean, I don't know when you do that. And do they also fall under that rule where, how many days of fall camp have to be in shells, right? When you first start, you have to, how many days before you can go to full pads? I think when you introduce a new player, they have to start the same way, regardless of when they show up. So it's not like they can just roll out there and put on a full uniform. They have to start like the rest of the team did on August 1 or August 3rd.
Well, and we're talking to Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Now, Mike, this will be the final question, I promise you, about Lane Kiffin, the situation. We kind of equated it to one of my favorite movies of all time. That's Tombstone. Is this kind of they calling each other's bluff, like when Doc said, "Say when"? Is this what Lane's doing with the SEC? Are they standing face to face and trying to see who flinches first?
No, I think what he's doing is, look, man, we did our due diligence.
Okay.
I really thought he was excellent with McAfee 2 days ago. They did their due diligence. If it was going to be a thing, they wanted to be on top of it.
Okay.
And benefit from it if it could help them. But to me, you're preparing your football team, and that's what a general manager for. You're operating like a pro franchise. You've got a guy in the building that's his job, and really it's totally out of LSU's hands. You're not going to try to buck the SEC and say, oh yeah, and you'll see. And no, you let it make its way through the courts. But my question is, if it makes its way through the courts, and how many steps is it, and how long does it take, and when can you get a hearing? When do you get your day in court? And is half the season gone? Is 2/3 of the season gone by its time finally all settled? And then all of a sudden, if it rules in the favor of a number of how many players could it be that could get a favorable ruling? And then all of a sudden, that class of 2022 that's supposed to be a one-time deal, they're like saying, "Hey, man, you got this done in late October or early November. The season's over. You got to let me come back next year to get my year."
Oh wow!
You know, so this crap could keep getting kicking the can down the road. So then it gets prolonged, this one-time class of 2022 thing.
Well, let's focus on the here and now.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the biggest questions I think with LSU is Sam Leavitt. I mean, how's fall camp been for him? He didn't get to go through spring, but everything we're saying is he's healthy, he's ready to go. How has been his command of the offense?
Look, you could probably watch our highlight tape of practice and our last practice report was last week, but we got about 10 or 12 minutes when we were out there, and I could have rolled out the 8th practice video clips and changed the order of them, put it out for the 12th one. You would have never known the difference, because that's what we got. We got individual drills. We never got to see one-on-ones, but he had his scrimmages open to alumni and boosters, and so. What are the first things some of those guys do when they walk out the stadium? They call you and let you know everything they saw. But Leavitt has been on fire. He had a fantastic scrimmage on Saturday. He's been 100% since May. And they have not held back with him. He's in all of the scrimmages so far. They've had design runs. He's 100% and going full speed with no. They're not being timid with it. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
No doubt. And so what for you, you talked about the last scrimmage this past Saturday, and you were going to have some football questions, but as you said, so much of the press conference was dominated by the legalities of everything going on. In your mind now, heading into game week next week, what are the biggest questions for LSU offensively and defensively?
Well, look, I think defensively that's going to be LSU's strength early on, and Lane Kiffin has said it. I think it's going to take a while, and it correlates to my question I had for him last week. What do you do with the coin toss? You assume he's going to take the ball, and I know he's going to. And if Clemson wins the toss, they're going to defer. You can book that, I think. But I think the offense is going to take some time to gel. I mean, that unit is almost entirely new, and so my biggest question marks are going to be. How long does it take for the offense to come together? What do they do early on? I think Leavitt's legs could be a big factor. I know they're going to want to run the ball, a lot of short passes, but I think Blake Baker's defense is going to be what carries the day early on for LSU, while the offense each week will get better. I think, depending on how LSU comes out of September, there might be some teams that catch LSU at the right time and say, they sure are glad they got LSU in September rather than getting them in late October,
Mm-hmm. No question about that. And then as far as I always ask this because I get asked it about Alabama all the time with surprises in camp. You get a lot of intel coming out of the scrimmages in practice, and of course you guys go to media viewing as well. But I don't think anybody's surprised that Leavitt's going to be healthy, and I think we expect him to be really good. We've already seen what he's done at Arizona State. As far as, has there been a pleasant surprise from the intel you've gotten both offensively and defensively for LSU?
I really think that a lot of the starters is pretty much gone to form. Although Jace Thomas at safety looks like he might have taken that job from TaMarcus Cooley, but they're going to rotate a lot of guys on defense. That's one thing that Blake Baker has. Is depth. Now, I think probably at most positions, except corner, and we'll see if they've developed that. But my two biggest concerns on defense are can you get rush off the edge, and is Pickett ready to be that number one cornerback that you have seen at LSU for decades. And we know P.J. Woodland is a fierce competitor, but he is undersized. And so, but what do you have behind them if somebody gets hurt? To me, that's where it's a dicey situation for LSU.
Well, and I'm going to save my favorite part for last because I had supreme respect for him, and I think I'm going to say something dramatic, but I think he was probably the most important hire maybe in LSU athletics history. And I've never heard anyone say anything negative about him.
Yeah.
I think he was that important. He made SEC baseball what it is today. Everybody was very saddened by the passing of Skip Bertman. It's one of my biggest regrets in my career that I never had a chance to interview him. But can you put into context what Skip Bertman meant to LSU?
Man, he just always had the right thing to say. His organizational skills. I know a lot of people that when they talk about Skip, it's the 5 national championships, and really kind of showing Ron Polk was the guy who kind of did it first, but it was Skip Bertman that really showed university presence and athletic directors across the SEC and across the South that you can actually turn a profit. You can make baseball either break even or turn a profit, and so it's his job as athletics director even after baseball. That I think a lot of people forget about. And the national championships that were won in multiple sports while he was the athletics director at LSU. And I got to be a guest on his show, and all my interactions with him, I mean, there just wasn't a finer human being. He had an unreal sense of humor, his timing. He had a book of jokes that you probably heard him tell 4, 5, 6 different times or maybe more. And you laughed every single time. His Mississippi State jokes were legendary. But that event the other night in the PMAC honoring him was really special. And hearing Ben McDonald and the rest, I thought Jay Johnson was superb. They got really close since he arrived here. He's one of a kind, man. I think he's. You start debating who was made the biggest impact as far as athletic department officials or coaches in LSU history. I don't know how you don't have him number one. He was that pivotal in LSU athletics history, which is crazy to say for a baseball coach, but it's true. But he was on the ground floor with Mark Emmert and Nick Saban in the beginning. Joe Dean was the athletics director at LSU when Nick Saban got hired. That's right. But he was on his way out the door, and then Skip retired and became the athletic director. So and those two worked extremely well. And I know Coach Saban did multiple interviews about Skip Bertman after he passed last week, and he laid it all out. And it was really moving to hear everything that Coach Saban had to say about him.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, before you go, one of the best stories I heard is, as you know, Jim Wells started his career as a GA under Skip, and before coming and building in Alabama for 15 years into a great program. And it was early in his tenure at LSU in the late 80s, and as Skip was building this thing, and he came to the dugout one night with another GA, and Skip had a clipboard with a pen and said, "Okay, take these 2 clipboards, both of you." And they were all excited, thinking they were going to chart pitches for the entire game. And Skip goes, no. Here's what you're doing. In your uniforms, you're going in here, you're going up in this crowd, and you're going to talk to everybody here in this ballpark because we have to get people here, and you're going to ask them about the coffee, the food, the atmosphere, and everything else besides baseball.
Yeah, it's true. And is the hot chocolate hot enough? And
there it is.
Those February games on a Friday night where the wind's swirling around Alex Box because it's coming off the Mississippi River. Bone chilling. Some of those early games in February.
But
yeah, he's that Hold the Rope documentary that appeared on the SEC Network about 3 or 4 years ago, and they run it very often. If you haven't seen that, you got to watch that. I mean, just great stuff from Paul Bird and
his
former
imitation.
players.
I'm trying to get him back on to do it again. His imitation of Skip is beautiful.
I wanted Paul Bird to be one of the speakers the other night. I know he was there, but he's absolutely hilarious. And but man, it's a lot of sad folks here, man. And you looked at that room, and a lot of former baseball players were just some torn up men. And
Well, no doubt. Well, Mike, we appreciate it very much. You do a great job, a peerless job covering LSU. Just let everybody know how to connect with you. And we look forward to that opener against Clemson and focusing on football, but we really appreciate the time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're ready for it. TigerBait.com, LSU Tigers on TigerBait, our YouTube channel. You can follow me on X at Scarborough Mike. TigerBait on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, we're everywhere. I just hope that another platform doesn't crank up that I have to deal with every day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Have a great rest of your week, man. Appreciate you.
Y'all too, man. Have a great weekend. Enjoyed it.
Let's get that break in. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Looking for your next great round of golf? Take the short drive from the Tennessee Valley to the Bear Trace at Tim's Ford in Winchester. This spectacular Jack Nicklaus designed 18-hole course sits along scenic Tim's Ford Lake, featuring rolling fairways, challenging greens, and lake views that'll make the trip well worth it. Whether you're planning a weekly foursome, a company outing, or just sneaking in around, Bear Trace offers one of the best public golf experiences in the region. Book your tee time today at tnstateparks.com and play the Bear Trace at Tim's Ford.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
AL cert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are our grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
Listen to the Lynn Leighton Automotive Friday Night Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware, each Friday night on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
right, welcome back in. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond. Welcome back in on a Thursday morning. David Lloyd will join us here in just a little bit. We'll talk some Randolph. Where are you guys at this week?
We are at Whitesburg Christian Academy. Coach Jerry Adcock and crew 1-0 after their win over JP2. And then after the shutout of the Pisgah Eagles, the Randolph Raiders are 1-0. So it'll be a battle of 1-0s in a non-region contest. I believe the first meeting ever between these two.
ever.
I mean, I think they've met maybe in freshman and JV, stuff like that. But
a lot of it,
varsity.
too, is Whitesburg Christian Academy had to take the steps to get just a little bit bigger before. I mean,
they're taking those steps.
They've had to grow up a little bit.
Made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
So they're Coach Adcock and Kevin Rose and that staff. They're making a lot of progress and should be a really interesting road trip. Second straight road trip for the Randolph Raiders, who won't open the home slate at Sports Medfield till next week, a week from Friday, against, I believe, Lee Scott Academy from Auburn.
Part of the private public shakeup
in a region contest,
so to speak, in a region contest now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, just real fast, the latest prep rankings are out for high school football, and we can tell you that Muscle Shoals checks in at number 7 in Class 5A. In Class 4A, Scottsboro checks in at number 4. West Morgan drops down to number 8 in Class 4A. In Class 3A, Plainview is your top-ranked team in Class 3A, followed by Geraldine at number 2, North Jackson at number 6. In Class 2A, Fife, your top-ranked team in Class 2A. And then in Class 1A, Red Bay checks in at number 10. Now, private Class 2A, Madison Academy drops out of the top 5. They're in at number 6. And Red Bay, or Mars Hill Bible, checks in at private Class 1A. They were out of the top 5, but with that win over Madison Academy, they move in to the top 5. We got a couple seconds. Let's get Brandon in real fast here. Good morning, Brandon.
What's up, Brandon?
So with our tombstone references, would that make Lane Kiffin Ike Clanton when he says law don't go around here?
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. I don't know what role Greg Sankey would play, and I don't know what role Lane Kiffin would play.
Yeah.
Greg Sankey would be Behan, the guy that Jason Priestley played.
That'd be interesting. We'd have to figure that one out.
Kiffin kills the entire league. And speaking of money, you can spend all you want, but you don't win in the A.
Yeah,
Take
there
your
you go.
Whooping and go back to fruits and nuts.
Yeah, even 0 for 30 got you.
Yep.
Hong Song Kyung, I can't say his name correctly, but
I just call him Hong
he did
Shong
what he-
Choke, but at least he didn't choke last night.
I thought the Braves broadcast was great. First hit since June.
Since June. .60.
Why you got to do a guy like that? Can't you just celebrate his hit and not tell everybody?
No, I mean, yeah.
I thought it was great. They celebrated it and
I thought Brandon Gaudin was good. He said he's now Superman. 3-2 pitch, base hit to left. Ball game.
Definition of a one-hit wonder. Roll Tide.
That's a pretty good term there. A one-hit wonder. I hope it's not his only hit unless they bring Jimmy back up.
Yeah.
Or put Dubon in the lineup at shortstop permanently. But, personally, Kim would only be a pinch hitter.
A relief, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but
like Lane said, you tell him I'm coming and hell's coming with me.
All right, bud. Thanks for the phone call.
I can't compare Lane to Wyatt Earp.
All right, we got to get that break in. David Lloyd's in on the other side.
Early.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN The Zone, provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Heading into this Thursday afternoon, temperatures will gradually warm into the low 90s for the afternoon. Expect to see partly sunshine. A few thunderstorms and passing showers will be possible in the afternoon as well. Heading into Thursday night, things turn much quieter. Temperatures fall into the upper 60s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all, with features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scarborough, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Hey, I'm Bobby White for Lynn Layton Ford Indicator. Summer is flying by and our summer sales event is coming to an end soon. But there's still time to lock in low, amazing summer deals. Now's your last chance to get 0% financing, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 down payment assistance on a huge selection of new Fords. With your good credit, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 26 Broncos. $6,000 off. While they last, get $7,500 off MSRP on a 25 Bronco Sport. $7,500 off. The last new 2026 STX Crew Cab started under $46,000, and Lynn Layton Ford will never add any dealer dock fees or some ridiculous upcharge. Don't miss out on 0%, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 cost for maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 in down payment assistance. Hurry into Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at LynnLaytonFord.com.
Bronco 28442T, Bronco Sport 28032D, F-150 28485T. See dealer for details.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
All right, welcome back in. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 1 week from Saturday, Alabama will welcome East Carolina to Bryant-Denny Stadium. We now know that East Carolina will start Mitch Griffiths.
And he's 37 years old?
And he darn near close. He will start for East Carolina against Alabama. He is a Miami transfer. Emory Williams is expected to also play against Alabama next Saturday. Griffiths is a veteran quarterback who started his college career at Wake Forest in 2020. He has 10 career starts, brings a familiarity with the system that new offensive coordinator Jordan Davis brought with him from North Texas. He was at Texas Tech last year in a similar system, and has compiled 2,314 passing yards.
And Social Security.
And Social Security. So he started his career in 2020. He will be a veteran quarterback starting against Alabama
that year. Of course, if you listen to the national media morons, Alabama hadn't won a national championship in 50 years.
Well, Louis Riddick will be on the call when Alabama plays East Carolina on Saturday.
Sharp guy.
He says the most pressure, or the player that has the most pressure on him this year, is Keelan Simpson. Keelan Russell.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it right one of these days. Ty Simpson was last year.
Yeah.
Tried to combine them all. But here is Riddick talking about that pressure.
I don't think there is a single player who has more pressure on him in college football this year, to be quite honest with you. Because think about it like this. Austin Mack had a relationship with Kalen DeBoer going back to Washington and then really transfers to Alabama. So that was Kalen's guy. That was Ryan Grubb's guy. But now that Keelan has kind of like taken the reins now, and they have decided that this is the guy who is going to really inject a lot of energy, playmaking ability, improvisation into this offense here for 2026. That's a lot. This is the most inexperienced quarterback room in the SEC, amongst the most inexperienced quarterback room in the SEC, in a conference that is loaded with top-notch, top-level quarterback play. And this team, with the way it struggled last year in terms of offensive line continuity and consistency, being one of the worst rushing teams in all of FBS. Ryan Williams struggling last year after having a sensational freshman year, struggling as a sophomore. Supposedly he is supposed to be back on track this year from a receiving standpoint, a consistency standpoint, that he's corrected all the issues that he's had with drops. Look, a lot of this, though, is all going to come back to what can Keelan Russell do in order to infuse some energy and some excitement and some optimism into this offense. Defensively, they're going to be fine. But I'll tell you what, a week from now, or about 10 days from now, that opening game against East Carolina that me and my colleague Bob Wischusen are going to call on ABC at noon Eastern time, that will be one of the most intriguing games of week one, simply because of Keelan Russell and this decision that Kalen DeBoer has made.
Yeah, I mean, there's questions, but what if he is special?
Right.
I mean, Ty Simpson certainly was one of the best quarterbacks in college football for the first 8 weeks last year, and especially the 7 after the disaster against Florida State. So, and he had very little experience. So the experience thing, you can kind of throw it out the door. I don't think that matters to me as much, because we've already seen Kalen DeBoer take a guy with a very little experience, and basically Austin Mack would have been the same kind of guy. Would have been a guy with 3 years, but not a lot of snaps that mattered. But we already saw him take Ty Simpson and make him the 13th pick in the draft. So I think he can take Keelan Russell and make him special early. But the guys around him are going to have to play well. I mean, Lewis brings up a good point. Until you see the offensive line, you don't know.
Right.
Until you see E.J. Crowell, you don't know.
Right.
Until you see Trayshawn Brown in real game, you don't know.
Until you see Ryan Coleman Williams hold on to the ball or step up and make a catch.
But if all this does come together, Alabama could be hell on wheels, and then that's what I'm hoping for. And then I'm hoping for a lot of stammering and stuttering, and of course, what you'll hear from some of these doofus brains is, I knew it all along. I knew it. I knew they were going to be great. I knew it. But then you replay it from a month ago. But you just said they were going. But I knew it. I got late intel that I knew. Somebody called me in the middle of the first quarter of the first game, and then I knew it. Just shut up. You didn't know anything. Hot take patrol.
Kalen DeBoer needs to be fired. But you know what? I saw this coming.
Yeah.
I saw them coming. I knew they were going to go to the playoffs. It's just Kalen DeBoer needed to be fired.
Yeah. But like I say, we'll see.
No.
It's what's so intriguing about the whole thing. And I thought our conversation with Mike Scarborough was good. I mean, you want to see how all these guys mesh for LSU. How quickly for that offense is it going to take for them to gel? Because there's so many new parts. But Lane Kiffin has been good at that. It's not, and they mistake it for quarterback development. Hell, he's already been developed. He's already a good player. But what Lane Kiffin does a great job of, and this is
that being Sam Levitt.
Don't run off the road because I'm complimenting Lane Kiffin here. But what Joey Freshwater does do well is he builds offenses, he identifies playmakers, and he does a great job of building the offense. And then Charlie Weiss is more on the quarterback development part of it, and then they do a great job collaborating, calling plays. And Lane is a guy like Sark who believes in running the football, which he doesn't get enough credit for because they did a great job of that at Ole Miss. But the one thing Lane the next thing he has to get past is his big game record, which sucks.
I am surprised when Louis Riddick said the quarterback that has the most, or the player that has the most pressure on him in college football is Keelan Russell. I thought for sure he would go with like an Arch Manning or someone.
I know why he said Keelan Russell, because of all the manufactured stuff about Kalen DeBoer going into year 3.
Right.
And then, look, Texas has a roster that everybody's convinced is one of the 2 to 3 best in college football. They're not convinced about Alabama's. They think Alabama might have a good roster, but they don't know. And then Kalen DeBoer puts a lot on his quarterbacks. It's a very quarterback-centric system. And with the deficiencies they had offensively last year, which was the offensive line and running game, and you're playing another young quarterback, people have doubts. They wonder if Keelan Russell is that special. And we'll see what happens when they take the field in a little over a week against East Carolina.
All right, some of those unknowns that we just cannot wait to see answers to. And coming up on Saturday, it'll be 1 week from Saturday that we will get a lot of those answers to a lot of teams. Don't forget, though, not 1, not 2, but 3 of our in-state teams do play on Saturday here in Week 0. By the way, speaking of Week 0, in 2029, Alabama will open up the season on Week 0, as they announced it yesterday that they're going to be playing a Week 0 game in 2029.
Lord, 3 years from now, we got August 25th, you better have your sunscreen.
Yeah.
And a lot of water.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be playing the Texters of Louisiana Tech.
On Week 0.
Week 0 for the University of Alabama.
Yep. But this year, Week 0, don't forget, not 1, as we said, not 1, not 2, but 3 teams in state will be playing on Week 0. Of course, you got the Story Financial Partners Bowl at Wicks Family Field, UNA and Samford. That night on ABC national television on Saturday night, 6:30, Alabama A&M and Howard. That is the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Howard is favored in that game by 2.5 points. It's at Center Park Stadium, the old home of the Atlanta Braves. Turner Field. Yep. So Alabama A&M and Howard. And then you have Jack State.
Traveling across the country.
They are traveling.
At least it won't be a blizzard outside, though.
No, look, if you're going to, it's indoors. It's
that's
Dome
what I mean. At
Stadium.
least you won't have to get off the plane like your wife did and just immediately run trying to buy a jacket.
Oh, that was a nightmare. Look, that was...
You tried to tell her, though.
Tried to tell her. You can't take a fur coat in the middle of winter. I mean, fur coat's not going to cut it. Not going to get the job done. Not going to get the job done. Not going to work. Didn't work. But nothing could beat the time, though.
Barkley running high.
Yeah, nothing could beat the time, though, that UNA traveled up to take on North Dakota. Not North Dakota State, North Dakota.
No, this was the semifinals, right?
This was the semifinals of the Division II playoffs, and we're on the plane with UNA.
Yeah.
We land in North Dakota. We land up there. And keep in mind, this roster, Mark Hudspeth's roster, had a lot of guys from Florida on it, a lot of guys from Georgia.
Warm climates.
And the temperature was like 5 degrees. And we land, and, it's not like your traditional airport. It's a chartered plane, so you're landing on the tarmac. The buses are right there ready to go. Them cats just ran off the plane and right onto the bus. They didn't grab their gear, didn't grab any of the bags, didn't grab anything. They were like, oh, hell no. They got off that plane and bam, they moved fast. They moved They moved. All right, let's get a break in. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Jen with The Haven, a private event space located downtown Huntsville. If you haven't been before, this is the perfect spot for your event. Whether it's Christmas, the holidays, birthdays, weddings, rehearsal dinners, you name it, I can provide that perfect event for you. We tailor everything just for your needs, from food to flowers to the band to drinks. You name it, we've got it. The Haven, located at Meridian Crossings, downtown Huntsville.
Mark your calendars for September 19th is All About Water invites you to Pond Tour 2026, a free self-guided walkthrough of real ponds and water features that they've built right here in the Huntsville area. Talk to them on site, ask questions, see the craftsmanship up close, no pressure, no appointment. Whether you're picturing a small backyard fountain or a full koi pond with waterfalls, this is your chance to see what's possible for free. RSVP at allaboutwaterllc.com or check out their Facebook page on the day of for participating addresses. Your backyard could be next.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead ran away and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
Fall Saturdays in the South mean football. And when football season rolls, patio and grill season rolls right with it. Turn your patio into your favorite place to watch the game. From premium grills like Big Green Egg, Yoder, Blaze, and Napoleon to outdoor furniture built for Saturdays. Brooks & Collier has everything you need to make your patio the best seat in the house. Brooks & Collier, 80 years, 4 generations, the Valley's best in outdoor living. 813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Get your motor running.
Little Steppenwolf.
Looking for adventure.
As we come back here on a Thursday morning.
And we had a listener, chime in about Feinbaum and
Yeah, he
his
says,
tune.
and I quote, when they do start rolling, look on the bus for Paul. He will find his way back on.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I mean, he's made a career out of that. He's mastered it. But I want to say one thing about Keelan Russell. The schedules run together. I've been saying all week that his 2 games of experience were Louisiana Monroe, which was correct, and Mercer, but that's incorrect. Mercer was year 1
right,
under Kalen DeBoer. Actually, last year he played against the alma mater of Tony Romo, who's now suspended, and that was Eastern Illinois. So he played against Eastern Illinois last year, and I'll give a shout out and full credit to that, to the Chuck Oliver Show that you can hear each and every morning here 4 days a week.
5 days.
Well, is it 5 now?
No, it's always been 5. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday. I always forget about my apologies.
Fridays. Yeah, it airs Tuesday through Saturday.
Instead of Monday through Friday, it's
Tuesday through Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, you can hear the Chuck Oliver Show each and every day here on ESPN 97.7 Zone in the morning. But yeah, Chuck was talking about Keelan Russell today, And his thoughts were that what if Keelan Russell is a top 10 quarterback in the SEC? In other words, he's not a top 3, top 4, top 5.
Right.
How good a year are you going to have if he has some struggles because of his inexperience? And and Alabama has other offensive questions. And so I think that's why a lot of people have picked Alabama to not make the playoff and be a 9-3, 8-4 type team, because they are worried about his inexperience, and maybe he comes out and makes some mistakes. And, Alabama does have that tough 4-game stretch of the schedule, that's very difficult in October. Because, I think they have the ability to start quickly, though. I think that's going to be important. I think, and as Chuck said, and a lot of people believe that opener, SEC-wise, on the road at Kentucky could be tricky. So you got to be ready to play, and then of course you got to beat ECU before that. And ECU, good program, won 9 games last year, won bowl games the last 2, but they're going to have a new roster as well, though. But we'll see, and certainly, and they're also going to have Jordy Miles, so there'll be some local flavor there.
Well, I mean, look, we've had people on the show that believe that Kentucky still can win that ball game against Alabama. They're not backing down from that prediction. They still think that tough one, that's a tough ball game for Alabama traveling to Lexington to open up SEC play. Just because I think it still becomes, because it's so early in the season.
Yep.
If that Kentucky game was in week 8 or week 9, I don't think you're thinking the same thing.
Well, maybe, but I also think you're catching Kentucky early, too, before they get everything established.
That's the
and
other
I think
side.
You should just go in there and burn it to the ground.
Yeah, that's the other side of that.
So.
256-576-4977. That's the number to the phone lines. You do have time to join us here in hour number 2. Hour number 3, we'll see David Lloyd join us at 9:30. Gotta make sure I get that one right. He'll join us at 9:30. So short time left here in hour number 2.
And then I was just looking at the depth chart for ourlads.com. They have depth charts for every college football team. They do a good job with their intel, but our good friend Jordan Miles, we call him Jordy here, but Jordy Miles, Grissom grad, is listed as the second-team weak linebacker. So should see some playing time against the Crimson Tide on a week from Saturday inside Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Former Grissom Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His dad, of course, Daryl Miles, the former teammate of Russell White's at Cal Berkeley and former Oakland Raider back in the day. He played in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine that? You grew up in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You get to come back and play against Alabama in Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Cool.
I mean, that's a big moment.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
He had a solid freshman year, and he's working his way into getting more and more playing time. He's playing for a good, group of 6 program, the East Carolina Pirates.
Who will start a quarterback that is drawn
6,522 years old.
He's an old one. He's an old one.
Yeah.
Don't forget, download that 97.7 ESPN The Zone app today so you can make sure you do hear Alabama and East Carolina 1 week from Saturday. We also want you to download the app so you can hear high school football tomorrow night, and you'll be able to hear UNA and Samford on Saturday from Wicks Family Field, and everything in between, all the daily shows and all that good stuff that comes with 97.7 ESPN The Zone. So make sure you have that app downloaded. We're watching it now on television, but Ohio and Iowa are playing for the U.S. Championship in the Little League World Series. That means Alabama fell yesterday to Ohio. So their run in the Little League World Series came to an end. Record-breaking run.
Final Four run.
Yes, record-breaking run for them, but they're
First
in
Alabama squad since '99 in Phoenix City then. Led by some Rasmuses, gets there in '99, and so great run for those young people and that young lady, and Kinley Rasmus setting the record for hits by a girl in the tournament,
and strikeouts too by a girl.
Yeah. She's an amazing athlete.
All right, there you go. Hour 2 is done. When we come back, we'll talk some Kentucky basketball as well because they're in a precarious position there with one of their players. We'll fill you in on all of that. We got other stuff to get through. It's Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Baumhauer's new Big Game Headquarters menu features an affordable All-Stars section that will save you some bucks for those stadium seats at the game. Our goal with this menu is to bring some relief to you, our loyal guests, and the ability to enjoy fresh, scratch-made meals that make the whole family smile. And your wallet, too. Prices range from only $7.99 to $12.99. A basket of onion strings is only $7.99. Or try Baumhauer's famous third-pound Omaha beef custom grind tailgate burger for only $8.99. Or the Char Girl Jamaican jerk chicken platter for $9.99, just to name a few.
This hour of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by Hyundai Decatur, located on the Beltline.
In the market for a newer used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Hour 3 is with us, and with that, we're turning the keys over to University Kia for hour number 3. They are helping us power up hour number 3. UniversityKia.com is how you can find them online. You can pick up the phone and always give our good friends Arthur Seaton and Mike Lucente a call, 256-715-3916, over there at University Kia, right along University Drive, the #1 volume, largest volume, biggest volume, the best Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. They are University Kia. Give them a call today, helping us with hour number 3. Back in June, and this is our good buddy Ross Dellinger, friend of the program. In June, they discussed, the College Football Playoff Committee discussed rules that would ban teams that rostered a player who bet on his or own team. They were looking to put that rule in to the college football playoff selection. You can't bet on your own team and then make the college football playoffs. You're going to get penalized if you do that. If you got a player that did that, a.k.a. Texas Tech, Brendan Sorsby.
Sweepster.
Yeah. Well, now, according to Ross Dellinger, the College Football Playoff Committee is expected to pass a rule that states you can't be a part of the college football playoffs if you have players that have appeared in pro games, a.k.a. what we're seeing right now with guys leaving NFL training camps, being part of NFL rosters, trying to come back to said schools. Not going to happen. According to Ross Dellinger, and the college football playoffs will penalize you for it.
Well, say when.
Yeah.
I mean, I only slightly disagree with Mike Scarborough. I think it's almost like Lane and the folks at LSU are trying to call the SEC's bluff through lawyers. But I'm just telling you, you're opening yourself up for a whole other can of worms and distraction. Like, are you going to get sanctioned? You're going to get asked that all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you get sanctioned, how do you tell your team that? Like, guess what, guys? We paid you $50 million. And because of all this chasing guys that shouldn't even be here and didn't go through the whole summer with you, you might be ineligible because of it. I mean, how do you sell that?
How do you sell that to a team that we have a team right now? We've gone through camp. You've worked together. You've tried to blood, sweat, and tears together. You've tried to come together as one.
A bunch of different guys.
But we're going to bring in two guys
or three. There's three
that
right now.
That
hell, who knows? If Pyburn gets cut by the Bucks, they may try to bring him back.
Right. We're going to bring. Okay, let's just say we're going to bring three guys back in. And by the way, player A, B, and C, we don't have room for you now. You've gone through the whole entire camp with us. We appreciate your efforts and your work, but you're cut.
Yeah, and Mike made an interesting point. It is like the NFL now, and it's a business, but that's tough.
Right. But at the same time, too, I know we say it's a business, and it is because they're getting paid. But at the same time, too, if you cut three guys, chances are those are guys that they're probably not going to play. They're one, quote unquote, would have been walk-ons, probably. But these are the kids that are going to class. These are the kids that have already been in class, gone to practice, have done everything the right way. And because it's a business and these guys want money because they're not getting it from the NFL, and they say, well, had we had this decision, we never would have gone to the NFL. We got kicked out of college, basically. They're going to get to come back and play. But the three guys that have done everything the right way, went to camp, gone to class, doing everything, and they're there because they can get an education and play football, they're going to get dismissed.
I mean, it's something to me that could be used against you in recruiting, even though it's so transactional now. But can you trust Lane Kiffin? I guess if you are paid an X amount of money, you can. But I don't know.
How many coaches in college football would you trust?
I mean, I wouldn't trust Lane Kiffin. I mean, after I've seen the way he's handled his entire career, how in the hell can you? I mean, I wouldn't trust Urban Meyer.
Right.
I mean, I know he won 3 national championships.
Would you trust Curt Cignetti?
I mean, I would think so. I mean, I think he's a very straightforward guy. He's brash, but he's backed up everything he said.
Right.
Like he said, Google me, I win.
I think we would trust. You said a good thing yesterday that you are not a fan of Notre Dame, 1986. You're not a fan of Notre Dame or 88 or
Would I trust Would I trust?
But would you trust Marcus Freeman?
No, I like Marcus Freeman.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you think Marcus Freeman is a good guy. You would trust him.
I just hate that he coached at a place I hate.
Right.
So,
Would you trust Pete Golding?
No.
You're sitting in a living room and he's telling you one thing you would not believe. You would not believe Pete Golding.
No, he worked for Lane Kiffin. And again, I watched him at Alabama.
Right.
You know,
I'm just running down some of these SEC coaches. Jeff Lebby. Would you trust Jeff Lebby?
He seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's got one hand tied behind his back. You know, he's at a place in this climate that's extremely difficult to win, and so we'll see. But I think but I think he made some bad hires. I mean, you know, when you can't hire Coleman Hutzler as your defensive coordinator, okay?
Right.
I would have been extremely worried. I mean, and I was already irritated enough that Freddie Roach got retained at Alabama, but if Coleman Hutzler had been retained,
you're saying Bulldog fans just needed to open up the biggest bottle of whatever they could find?
I told Dad. I told him, I said, look, man, you better brace yourself. I told him about Fluff Bothwell. I said, he's a really good player.
Right.
But I said, Coleman Hutzler, you guys better brace yourself. And I'll never forget watching some of his YouTube reactions after their games, and he's just apoplectic. And I said, I could have told you this was a coming. When Will Anderson says that I almost wanted to quit.
Let's get a phone line in. We'll go back to some of these trust or not trust coaches, but Harry is with us this morning. Good morning, Harry.
Hey, Harry.
Hey, good morning, Scott. You two nailed it. Where is academic eligibility in the equation that we're talking about today?
Right.
This is crazy, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to propagate college sports to the benefit of those people that are trying to make money, as opposed to enjoy the sport, have loyalty, have integrity, and want to follow their college teams. And this is crazy. I'd be willing to bet you if you did a profile of these guys that have hopscotched around, they've lost so many hours, they're never going to graduate from college with a degree, and that's the objective of a student athlete, to graduate from college. It's not to pad his financial wallet. And this whole thing is just sickening my stomach and really starting to turn me off about my fandom associated with college football and the SEC leadership. Spanky has had the power to drive this point for the last 2 years, and for some reason he hadn't had I don't know if he didn't have the backing of the presidents or athletic directors or coaches, but he's going to have to step up and step out, or we're going to have a really mess going down the road here this next year. That's all I got to say this morning, guys. Y'all take care.
Thanks, Harry.
And I think he's trying to do some of that now.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, and some people get frustrated with the waiting and the way it's handled. But I think the end game will be good. But, you know, some of how the salad is made is, you know, there'll be some frustration.
Yeah, look, I get it. College sports have changed. They have changed. It is, you know, the NIL has changed the game, has changed how we look at it. You know, these guys are getting upwards, you know, some players are getting $4 or $5 million a year. They call them say.
No, but I'm just saying he may have racked his back, man. That was
there's been a
slide.
Clunky slide there in third.
Yeah.
But these guys are getting paid somewhere, you know, $3-4 million. Look, there's guys on the campus of Alabama A&M. There's guys on campuses of UNA and Samford. They're getting paid money to play college football. Yes, I get it. They're getting money. And you can sit there and say, well, they're professional athletes, but they're still not. They are still college athletes that are getting paid. They're not professional athletes. Professional athletes are on the NFL, NBA, WNBA side of things. These guys are still college athletes that are getting paid.
Well, they're supposed to be going to class.
And they're supposed to be going to class. Yeah, I get it. And I know.
But they are pros basically now. I mean, look, with the money they're making.
Ooh, I'm getting an Alibaba call.
Uh-oh. AC's mad. He's probably wanting you to wonder why he's blocked on the 97.7 account as well as mine.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hello? Hello?
Uh-oh. Did you hear the beep yet?
No, haven't heard the beep.
If you hear the beep, Alibaba's about to answer.
Hello?
Yeah. Answer it on the air.
I wish I could. Who is this?
Uh-oh. Is that Alibaba? Uh-oh.
Yeah, apparently there's $300 on my Medicare relief plan that I can get.
You know, that's similar to the one I got about my grocery allowance the other day. And I told somebody, he said, what the hell is a grocery allowance?
Apparently there's $300 on my Medicare relief fund that I can get up to, I guess, I don't know.
And then our next guest is texted in, David Lloyd. He wants to know, would we trust Clown Mullen? He didn't say Clown Mullen, but I did.
Would you trust Dan Mullen? Ooh.
Hell no.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There's no way I would trust Clown Mullen. Anybody that comes into a press conference and puts a Darth Vader mask on, there's
You're
no
not
way
trusting
in hell
him?
you trusted him.
Here's a good one for you. Lincoln Riley.
Hell no. Soft as butter.
How about, look, he's done a fantastic job of turning this program around.
Great quarterback guy, but other than that,
right.
Lincoln.
Here's one for you. He's done a great job of turning him around.
Yeah, no.
What about Clark Lee at Vanderbilt?
No, he's done
he's done a great job at Vanderbilt, but would you trust Clark Lee?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we'll see, especially this year, because some have them falling all the way back down to the bottom of the league. But if he takes a Jared Curtis or this Berlowitz or whatever, and they go 7-5 or make a bowl game, I mean, hell, you've got to start believing that this guy is the real deal, and is Vanderbilt going to be able to hold on to him? And if Marcus Freeman ever goes to Ohio State and replaces Ryan Day or ends up in the NFL, is Clark Lee going to end up at Notre Dame?
Ooh, there you go. Here's one for you. I already know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Heupel.
No.
Take away the orange glasses.
He's an 8-4 coach. He's Gus Malzahn.
At best.
That's what I think. I mean, he had a horseshoe up his ass one time, got to the playoff, but I don't think he's going to happen again. Nope.
Kind of, it's one of those where
I don't think
the rest of the
I don't think he's Butch Jones.
No.
But he's I think he's a good coach, but I don't think he's elite.
Steve Sarkisian.
I've seen enough.
Don't trust Steve Sarkisian.
No, great offensive mind.
Right.
As far as a total head coach, I don't trust him. Nope.
Got to trust Ryan Day, though, right? You got to trust him. He's got a national championship.
Yeah, I guess. No, I don't particularly care for him. But, yeah. I mean, he got some equity. But I would say this, even though Freeman doesn't have a national championship, I'd probably choose Freeman over him.
I would trust him just because we know him, but John Summerall, the verdict, can you say you trust John Summerall at this point, even though he's not coached for Florida yet?
This is different because we know him.
Yes.
And we've watched him, and he took over Troy that was whale dung. They were in a rut.
Yes.
And he fixed them quick. And then he went to Tulane, and he kept Willie Fritz, his program, rolling. So that he kept it at the same level, even though Willie took a bunch of players with him and a bunch of players transferred. Okay? So I believe in Summerall, no question. That's why I picked him as Coach of the Year. Well, I have to say, yes, I believe in him. He's as plain as day. And that is a compliment. He is extremely transparent.
Oh, there it is. It's Nicaragua and Japan.
So that's who that is?
That's who. No, this is Iowa and Ohio that we're watching.
This is not the championship.
No, this is the U.S. championship game.
No, they're waiting on Henderson, Nevada's 3-0. Henderson, Nevada.
No, it says right here. It says this is this is a winner. Oh, the winner goes to the U.S. championship. Okay.
Because Henderson, Nevada is 3-0.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Ohio. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Ohio and Nevada. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Japan and Nicaragua are playing on the other diamond.
And then somebody else is already in the finals, and I don't understand the abbreviation. You'd have to look at it. I guess with my
what is
hell, I don't CUW or something.
Is that Curacao?
Yeah, the first thing that I thought of was Andrew Jones and then Curacao.
Curacao, yeah.
I don't know.
Ronald Acuna was a huge hit when the Braves came up there because he spent time with Curacao or whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I hope he didn't pull a hammy.
Squirrel. 9:16. We just got the Little League World Series on here in the studio, and it's actually, you know what? It's been kind of fun to watch. It's been kind of, what a double play by Ohio.
Wow. I thought he was safe, but that's a heck of a play. Looked like a sure base hit.
Wow.
Play.
Kid's got some ups.
Yeah.
Here we go on the replay.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at the young lad.
Uh-oh.
Snap
Uh-oh.
throw. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
That's close, man.
Wow, we got to see. Let's see
That's a
another
heck of a
angle
play,
of that
though,
one.
man. Quick release, too.
Do you think they replay? Oh, wow. Good call by the ump.
Good Lord. Get him up in the major leagues because some of those guys couldn't see the damn hand in front of their face.
Let's get a break, Kim. We'll talk some college basketball coming up next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
What better way to take in the beautiful fall than with a Forno outdoor kitchen from Owen Home Appliance? The one that we are featuring now is the Forno Ultra Qualita 5-burner 176-inch black outdoor kitchen kit, complete with the grill, a pizza oven, a sink, a beverage center, a flat top, and all the counter space you could want. This thing is amazing. Learn more at owenappliance.com and just search out Forno Outdoor Kitchen. Owen Appliance in Forno, a match made for the fall.
Hey, I'm Bobby White for Lynn Leighton Ford Indicator. Summer is flying by and our summer sales event is coming to an end soon. But there's still time to lock in low, amazing summer deals. Now's your last chance to get 0% financing, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 down payment assistance on a huge selection of new Fords. With your good credit, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 26 Broncos. $6,000 off. While they last, get $7,500 off MSRP on a 25 Bronco Sport. $7,500 off. The last new 2026 STX crew cab started under $46,000, and Lynn Leighton Ford will never add any dealer dock fees or some ridiculous upcharge. Don't miss out on 0%, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 cost for maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 in down payment assistance. Hurry into Lynn Leighton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnleightonford.com.
Bronco 28442T, Bronco Sport 28032D, F-150 28485T. See dealer for details.
Friday Night Lights are back, Huntsville. And this season, the action at Chick-fil-A on South Parkway is just as sizzling. Score big with the all-new chicken and waffle sandwich. The perfect blend of savory, crispy chicken and sweet, fluffy waffles. And tackle your sweet tooth with the brand new s'more milkshake packed with marshmallow, chocolate, and graham cracker goodness. Tune in each Friday night as Scott Tyson breaks down the biggest plays to bring you the official performance of the night. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A on South Parkway. Proud supporter of Friday Night Lights.
Hi, Bama fans. Chris Stewart, voice of the Crimson Tide. Join us all season long for Alabama football on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Roll Tide.
Our good friend David Lloyd will join us here in a few minutes as we talk some Randolph Raider football. Whitesburg Christian Academy on the docket for week 1 of the high school football season. I think we ought to just Can we just stop calling things week 0 and week 1? Just make it week 1 when we play first.
I don't know how they came up with the term week 0.
Week 0 means, just call it week 1, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah. I don't
Play 11 weeks of high school football. Not this whole week 0 thing, week 1. It's week 1. It's the first game. I don't know.
A little weird.
I don't know. Anyway, you and I will be out at Columbia High School later today as we present them with our $500 check for being our Bryant Bank Team of the Week. We'll visit with Sammy Coach today. That'll be fun.
And I'll be honest, if Sammy Coach and that squad hadn't done what they did, which is amazing, a 41-0 run, and boy, our numbers were great too. We appreciate everybody listening and tuning in and all that stuff. And it was like what
we had as many people listen
game.
on a stream on Saturdays what we do for an Alabama game.
But
for that Columbia game on Saturday.
I would be safe to say that I think the Randolph Raiders would have been on that short list without Columbia, because going somewhere where you were an underdog that you had never won before and winning 47-0 was a very impressive performance. And it was as complete a team win as I've seen a Randolph team have. And I've seen some great wins. I've been very blessed to see them go to the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. But, man, when you consider how good Pisgah's program's been the last decade and what Luke Pruitt's done and Adam Gilbert, and coming off of they went to the state semis last year in 2A and lost to the eventual state champions in Coosa Christian, and had soundly defeated Randolph at the same place at Sam Kennemer Stadium last year. But what a performance by Randolph, and really just signaling that this could be a special year for the Raiders, and certainly a very interesting matchup against Jerry Adcock and the building Whitesburg Christian Academy Warriors, who definitely in building literally and figuratively, since their stadium is going up as we speak.
All right, so I wanted to mention this real fast because Kentucky basketball is in the crosshairs. We've talked a lot about football being in the crosshairs of this transfer stuff that's going on right now, but Kentucky basketball is in the crosshairs of being part of this rule-breaking thing that the SEC passed the other day. It does extend to basketball as well.
Yeah.
And Kentucky is now in it because former Missouri forward Mark Mitchell, who did not go into the portal at the end of the season, was granted a 5th year by the courts in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Just the other day, not too long ago. He was granted, of course, then 24 hours later, when he was granted the temporary restraining order to go into the portal and get a 5th year, he did, had a no contact on him, and decided to transfer to Kentucky within 24 hours. Well, number one, because it happened so late, that's the interconference transfer rule that he is breaking. So that is rule number one. And rule number two, that's part of it. So now his eligibility is being contested, and Kentucky basketball now is in the same boat as LSU, whether or not you play or not play Mark Mitchell. Now, they got a little bit more time because of basketball season, but Kentucky is in the same boat. And right now, Big Blue Nation is in an uproar over this as well.
Well, I mean, they're super excited, but he shouldn't play. I mean, if this was Alabama, they'd want Alabama to get death penalty.
Right, because he's outside of the immediate portal window. I mean, that was the thing. You can't transfer from a SEC school to an SEC school right now, and that's what he's trying to do because it's outside of the quote-unquote window that the SEC had set up.
Well, that's the rules.
He
shouldn't be eligible. I mean, they should tell him to kick rocks and give him a plane ticket to Latvia.
And, of course, Kentucky Big Blue Nation, Tristan Ferris of Kentucky Insider says, look, there are currently 18 interconference transfers among SEC men's basketball teams. That's 23% of the incoming transfers from other 15 SEC teams, 78 total. He says, how dare Mark Mitchell try to transfer and ruin the purity of the league after a new rule?
Guarantee you Tristan Ferris criticized Nate Oates for bringing back Charles Bediako. And like I said, I'm sorry, but it was past the the deadline.
And the thing was the interconference transfer rule is not a new rule. It's the fact that Greg Sankey and company are now enforcing this rule to an nth degree. They're saying, hey, look, we're going to enforce this now.
Because
that transfer rule has always been
Mark
there.
Mitchell should have been trying to get this done months ago. But you know what he was doing? He was trying to make an NBA team, which he did not.
That is the point. He was trying to make an NBA roster.
Too bad, so sad.
And he was trying, and he was granted this fifth year, this magical fifth year by a judge in Kentucky.
Miraculous.
Put his name in the portal because the judge said you could do it.
Even though the portal's closed.
24 hours later, ends up at Kentucky.
Latvia.
And now Kentucky is crying, saying, well, he should play.
Latvia.
So that's the first big basketball one. We got the football ones. That's the first big basketball news there. Boy, Kentucky people, this is getting good. I mean, it's starting to heat up now. Now a lot of these Kentucky and Kentucky Sports Radio people are chiming in saying, hey, look, there's a lot of SEC to SEC transfers going on within the league.
And that happens, but it's supposed to happen in a certain time frame. You can't just make up your own rules. That's the issue.
Dylan Ballard says, this is absolutely ridiculous. Mohamed Diabate and Brandon Garrison are transferring within the conference.
They did it at a different time, though.
That's what he said. He goes, I know they did it in the spring, but how could Mitchell have done it if he didn't know he was eligible?
They didn't push it because he was trying to make an NBA team. He doesn't even want to play college basketball. He wants to be in the NBA, playing against jabroni lames. That's the whole point. He had a great career at Missouri after he left Duke. He was solid at Duke, but he was a first-team All-SEC level guy, but he thought he would get drafted and end up in the NBA. It's like R.J. the Loser. Lewis. I mean, R.J. the Loser thought he was going to get drafted too, and then he ended up not getting drafted.
Right.
And now he's trying to have revisionist history and go to LSU, and he should be told Latvia.
Tyler Thompson, in an article a little bit ago, just a few minutes ago, says Mark Mitchell appears to be eligible after SEC clarifies new policy.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see that under the new policy, a player like Mitchell, who played in the NBA Summer League but did not sign an Exhibit 10 contract,
right,
would be eligible to play this upcoming season. Mitchell's also had a court-ordered temporary restraining order against the NCAA, which allowed him to enter the transfer portal over the weekend and transfer to Kentucky after 4 seasons at Missouri.
It was,
But the question is that you can't go SEC to SEC.
I don't think he played 4 seasons at Missouri because otherwise that's 5 because he played a year at Duke. So if he did, then why he shouldn't even get a 6th year. This shouldn't even be a conversation. So...
Yeah.
I believe he probably played 3 years.
He played for the Denver Nuggets in the Summer League, but never signed a contract.
Yeah.
Clearing him on the second hurdle. So this is something also that we're going to be keeping an eye on because now basketball players are going through the same thing. All right, let's get a break in. Our good friend David Lloyd, head coach of the Randolph Raiders, is on the other side. He's been waiting patiently.
Yeah. And not for a ticket to Latvia.
Because he'll join us. Lafayette would be fun to go see, though. Not today, though. Break next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 weather impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Temperatures fall into the upper 60s for this Thursday night across the Tennessee Valley. We'll also start to see those clouds move out of the area. We'll see mostly sunshine for your Friday. Temperatures going to warm back into the low 90s for the afternoon. A passing shower could be possible for some of us, but most of us remain dry for the ending of this work week.
Your Fox 54 weather only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
At Kern Electrical, we're more than just a Generac generator dealer. We're your partners in ensuring your home or business never loses power, especially when it matters most. Call 256-880-1880 today or visit gensuperstore.com for reliable power solutions that work when you need them most.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental.
It's football season. Listen in for the performance of the night, brought to you by Chick-fil-A, South Parkway, each Friday night with Scott Tyson on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
All right, welcome back in. 9:34 on a Thursday morning. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Time for us to talk a little high school football. Switch it back to high school football. You and the Randolph Raiders were in Pisgah on Thursday night, a week ago tonight, and you got lucky, didn't have to go through any of the storms. You got your full game in.
We had to go back through the storm.
But you could say that Randolph put up a storm of their own and really brought some thunder and lightning to Pisgah itself in a big-time win.
No, it was like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. They brought hell with them. And it was a great performance from start to finish, offense, defense, kicking game. Anytime you can play an opponent of that caliber, who's ranked in the top 10 in 2A and rightfully so with all the success they've had. And it's a program that was an all-time 4-0 against Randolph. I mean, Randolph was the underdog coming in, but certainly not by the end of the football game and really by the end of the first quarter, which was a 21-0 lead for the Raiders. And then they go on to take that lead into halftime at 21-0 and then win the game 47-0. You have to be extremely pleased, and we certainly are pleased to welcome our next guest to the show for his weekly appearance, and we trust him more than Dan Mullen, and that is David Lloyd, the head football coach of the Randolph Raiders. Coach, good morning.
Good morning. I'll
I'll take that. I don't know how much I can run with that. I know how little you probably trust Clown Mullen, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me, Drew.
Well, I know you trust your players, and
you didn't trust him very much. I'll just say
I know you were excited to have Landon Leo back behind center, and you guys kind of set the tone. First of all, defensively though, Coach Matthew Smith. I was interesting, kind of being in your office before leaving on the bus, and he was talking to Justin Mixon, who had a great game, about the physicality that he was going to have to play with to set the tone against Pisgah. And boy, your defense came out and did that from the first snap.
Oh, they really did. I thought he had a great game plan for the week. Really put it all together. Coach Smith, man, he's always coaching our guys up. Any chance he has to talk about a few things or kind of just hammer down a couple more things of what we need to focus on. And we knew Justin had an ability to be a big part of what we wanted to do defensively, and it was really good to see, the hard work he's put in pay off. He's a sophomore for us, and we had a lot of young guys make big plays. Greg Gunner comes up with a huge interception for us. Justin was lights out on defense. Alex White played really well for us at safety and on special teams. So it was really good to see our young guys get involved and have a good night.
Offensively, did the start on defense, how much of a spark did that give to the offense to come out and really kind of, equal the challenge?
I think we talk a lot about maximizing the opportunities you get, especially when your defense gets a takeaway. And that first drive, we get a sack fumble. Justin Mixon with a strip fumble there, and Strover covers, and a few plays later, we're able to put it in the end zone with LaFev Watson. So I think when you have opportunities like that your defense provides for you, you've got to try to take advantage of that as much as you can. And I thought our offense did a really good job of capitalizing on the opportunities that our defense produced for us.
Well, and I think that play you speak of on Justin Mixon, that turnover, I thought it was an outstanding play because it was a sideline-to-sideline situation because he chased him down from the opposite sideline from behind to make the strip sack, Coach.
Yeah, a lot of backside pursuit from him, and that's the thing. He got a high motor, and I think that's what kids have to understand is you're never out of a football play. Until the whistle blows, that play is live, and we need all 11 guys with the football, and it's something that Coach Smith preaches daily with our defense about pursuit, having 11 halves of the football, and I think we did a really good job there. And, I mean, if you ever wanted to, just solidify a point, I think you just show that clip. Here's what it means to get to the football. And I think it was a great job for our defense, and I think it was a great job for our team.
What did it mean for this Randolph team? You go on the road. First of all, to get a road win is tough. But to get a win at Pisgah where this school has never won before, what did it mean for this program to get that win Thursday night?
I think it's really big for our players. First game of the season, and you're on the road, and you're at a tough place to play like Pisgah. We've been there before, and it didn't go our way last year, and we knew they were going to be a physical football team, and they were from start to finish, and that's what you're going to get from Pisgah. Even being down in a game, Pisgah's never going to quit playing hard. They continue to go at you for 4 quarters, and they're going to play their style of football. And physically, I thought it was a good matchup for us, and I thought we did a really good job matching the physicality. So I think we got to answer a lot of questions about where we are as a team, and we got to see some guys in a game situation for probably the first time. So it was really exciting to see that. Man, it's always good when you can get a win and still have things that you need to work on and things you can improve on.
Well, and it's always fun to be able to play against that quality of opponent, Coach, and play everybody.
Yeah, it's always good when we can get everybody off the bench and get a lot of reps for our younger guys that may not get them in some of those varsity games. So the experience that they got, I think, is really invaluable. I mean, you can practice as much as you want to, but there's no substitution for getting game reps like that. And I think we had some guys come in and play really well for us. That our JV guys and our younger guys got to come in and play in that game. And I think they did really well, did a good job for us. So it really gave us a chance to kind of see what we have as far as playable depth is concerned, and kind of get those guys some experience of what a Friday night or a Thursday night football game is like.
Who do you think kind of gained some really valuable experience on Thursday?
I thought Alex White did a really good job, came in and played some quarterback for us towards the end of the game and had a couple of rushing touchdowns, made some really good plays with his legs. Harden Jones, one of the running backs, he'll start for us on the JV, came in and had some really tough runs. He's just a tough kid, man, really tough player for us. And I know he gets tired of being scout team running back in practice all the time, so it's good to kind of pay him back for that, to let him get some carries there at the end. And defensively, I really didn't feel like we slowed down very much when we put our younger guys in. I thought we still played well. I thought we pursued to the football well. But those two guys probably stand out the most with the young guys that we were able to get in.
Well, and one guy I was really impressed with, and if you listen to the broadcast, we nicknamed him the Bus, and that was Augie Dorico. I mean, he had 11 tackles, and then he ended the first quarter with some authority, Coach Lloyd, with that touchdown run where I didn't get the number, but I don't think that Pisgah Eagle is going to forget that collision.
No, man, Augie gives us a little different element back there at running back. He's kind of he's a north and south guy, man. He's going to go downhill and he's going to look for contact, and more times than none, he kind of wins it. So he adds a little different element to our offense. Kind of a thunder and lightning kind of deal, which you get with him and Lefebvre. Lefebvre's great in space, does a really good job running behind his blockers. He's shifty, he's fast. And when Augie comes in, you know what you're going to get. He's going to play right in your face. So they're a great combination of backs to have back there. And what Augie did for us defensively, I mean, he was our leading tackler, that inside linebacker spot. And, I mean, what a great game for him to start the season off. He's definitely a leader for us defensively, and for our football team. So we're excited to see him to continue to grow and develop every week.
Biggest improvements come between game 1 and game 2. Where do you want to see this team kind of improve in your eyes going into tomorrow night?
I think we got to protect the football. We had a fumble and then a turnover on downs. And the turnover on downs came from what I think we need to correct a little more is some of the penalties we had. We had a few penalties there consecutively that put us in a pretty bad situation, that backed us up and put us in some territory we didn't want to be in. So I think we got to be a little more disciplined in that, cut our penalties down. Want to protect the football, do a better job there. And I don't think we played well at the end of the first half. We tried to put together a little 2-minute offense. It didn't really work well for us. So last 3 drives of the first half, we go turnover on downs, punt. And we talk about being really good the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second, that middle 8. And I don't think we were very good at the end of the first half. So I think we can do a better job of trying to finish something. We talked to our guys this week about we can't get comfortable. And I felt like we got comfortable at the end of the first half. And what we say is, man, comfort is a slow death. So we don't want to be comfortable.
Well, and I know one thing I was impressed with is Pisgah. It's a chess match. They started doing some different things with their front, and they trying to slow down Lefebvre because Lefebvre had a lot of running room in the first half, and they did a good job at the start of the third quarter stopping the run. But then I thought you guys made some great adjustments. You told us about Aaron John last week. He has 2 big touchdown catches. Will Simpson made some big plays. Walker Mitchell did as well. So you guys were able to spread the ball around and really hurt them. And I thought that Landon Leo was really good. And I thought for the most part he had a clean pocket.
He did. He did a really good job for us. We're really excited to see Landon, in that game situation. He's had a really good summer, really good off season for us. So we were excited to get him back out there and in control of our offense. I thought our offensive line, which I think is the strength, one of the strengths of our football team, did a really good job over all game. We kept Landon clean. We were able to run the football effectively. We rushed for 5 touchdowns, which is, that goes to the offensive line. Those guys made it possible for us. But if anytime you're able to keep your quarterback standing upright, you're having a pretty good night, and I thought we did a good job of that.
Well, and now it's a very unique first meeting ever in the regular season. We know, very well Jerry Adcock and what he's done in his career, and now he's building this Whitesburg Christian program. They have a very familiar face at offensive coordinator in Kevin Rose, but they come off of a 35-0 win in a rain-shortened, weather-shortened game against JP2. But your thoughts on going on the road again and matching up with Whitesburg Christian? This should be a natural rivalry.
Well, I think it should be, and we have a rivalry with them in other sports, and we're able to put football on that list now. So it being the first game that we play together as a regular season should be a big game for both schools, both teams. Anytime a team can score 35 points in what's really a half of football, I mean, it automatically makes you a little nervous. I mean, that's a lot of points for one half, regardless of what the opponent is or what the conditions are. So you know they have the ability to score points. And, I mean, you said it yourself, man. Jerry Adcock, Kevin Rose, those guys have more experience coaching football in the state of Alabama than most guys do. You know, and they've been around a lot of programs and had a lot of success. So, you know, they're going to be coached up and ready to go. And they're an athletic football team. They have the ability to score points, and they pitched a shutout. You know, so everything you'd want to see from game one, I thought they accomplished. So it's going to be a little bit different challenge. They're very athletic on the perimeter. You know, they play hard. They get off the ball hard. You know, so it'll be a good matchup for us, and we're looking forward to the rivalry.
And
then another
experience. Yeah, he's got the experience. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, and another thing we're looking forward to, Coach, is and it'll be another big factor. But I thought it was a huge factor on Thursday night last week. Pardon me. But of course, your heads of strength and conditioning, Coach Gott, and then Freddie Durbin. I really thought your guys handled the heat and the humidity really well. There wasn't a lot of cramping going on.
We had a few cramps, which we kind of anticipated just because the heat was so bad week of the game and the week before. You know, with our state rules, we weren't even allowed to go in full pads. There were 3 days we had to go in shorts and helmets for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And that's what we were limited to. So that game was really our fourth day of full pads. Because, you know, we don't play a jamboree. We elect to do spring training. So we kind of start fall camp a little later than a lot of people. So, I mean, game one was fourth day of full pads for us. Just with the heat and, you know, all the limitations we had to follow with our state rules. And, you know, so we knew we were going to have some of it just because we weren't able to simulate what the game is going to demand from us during practice. But I thought overall, we handled it well. You know, we had a few guys kind of cramp up a little bit. But between Coach Gaunt kind of getting us prepared and ready to go and Freddie keeping us on the field and available, I thought we handled it really well, as good as we could have for sure. You know, and we'll get a little reprieve from that this week. It won't be quite as hot, but it's still, you know, week 2. I call it week 2 too, guys. I'm
Thank
not a
you.
fan of week 0, week 1. It's week 2 for us.
Well, Michael Seal and I will be on the call. We look forward to being out there at Madison County Elementary at the home of the Whitesburg Christian Academy Warriors to see the Randolph Raiders in week 2, trying to get 2-0. But, Coach, before you go, give us 2 or 3 keys after you've watched film of Whitesburg Christian and what the Raiders must do to get another road win.
We got to cut down our penalties. You know, we can't give them extra yards. Offensively, they're not going to need the extra yards. They do a really good job moving the ball around and being able to score points. We're going to have to limit our turnovers to hopefully 0. You know, we don't want to give them any extra opportunities to have the ball back. And we're going to have to be really good in the kicking and kick return game. I think there were a couple of issues with JP2 and some kick return stuff that gave them a real short field. I think they had the ball inside their 5 or 10 yard line a couple of times. And the one kickoff you got to Whitesburg, you know, you kind of get a chance there. So you didn't see a whole lot of them in that kicking game part. So we got to be really sound there and just do a really good job trying to contain the athletes they have on the perimeter.
Well,
there you go.
Looking forward to it. 7 o'clock. It'll be on Raiders Zone on Friday night. Going to be a great football game as the Randolph Raiders travel to Whitesburg Christian Academy. Again, congratulations on the complete team win, 47-0 over a really good Pisgah program. Looking forward to tomorrow night. But, Coach, always enjoy the conversation, and, of course, go Raiders.
Go Raiders, man. We're looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys.
Let's get a break in. Thanks, Coach Lloyd. 9:49. We'll say goodbye to Thursday next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Mark and Henry McDaniel, attorneys at law, are proud alumni of Madison Academy, and Madison Academy is proud of them. They have served our community through their practice, through volunteerism and service on national, state, and local boards. They explain the complexity of critical court rulings on local media. Their successful practice has been built on integrity. Both are veterans of MA Athletics and proud sponsors of Mustang football. McDaniel and McDaniel, attorneys at law. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by the lawyer.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
This is Jen with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Y'all need to come join us. We have so many fun things every night of the week. From Monday night, steak night, Tuesday night, karaoke, Wednesday night, we have Singo Bingo, Thursday night is bike night. Of course, we've got live music on the weekends, so y'all come join us. Meridian Street Crossing, we've got Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Come on next door to the Rocket City Honky Tonk, where we've got honky tonk music all night long. Y'all come join us. We'd love to see you.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Are you thinking about home improvements? Well, use your equity now and refi later. Or use your equity to eliminate consumer debt forever, then refi to a lower rate and shorter term when rates drop. North Alabama Mortgage can also help you if you're thinking about buying an investment property or a second home at the lake or the beach or in the mountains. We have great programs to make that happen. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
On the street where you live, girls talk about the social lives.
Little Bon Jovi coming back.
Wish he could hit those notes, still he can't.
He can't. No. You know, when he created, when they did Living on a Prayer,
right?
They did it, and Bon Jovi got done with it.
Yeah.
He told Richie Sambora that that song, that song there, they only play 6.
Oh.
That song there, he was like, you might as well just put it on a movie soundtrack because it's not going to amount to much.
Right.
Bon Jovi was not a fan. He did not think Living on a Prayer would be an amount to anything. He thought they just did it to throw it on the album. A movie would pick it up, and it would be a soundtrack to something. Never did he think it would be a hit like it was. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. Ohio knocks off Iowa 7-1 in 6 innings.
Hell knows. You know what? Geez Louise. I'm sitting there the whole time watching this crap, and I feel like Vince Young because I thought the team in the green was freaking Ohio, but I guess Iowa's the Midwest.
Iowa was the Midwest in green.
They're both Midwest, in my opinion.
Right.
Whatever. I can spell Jeff Fisher though.
Great Lakes is the Ohio. Lakes is the Ohio region.
Okay.
Great Lakes.
Okay. So it is 6. Sorry.
6 innings for Little League.
Okay.
We're just about done with. Anything else we can clear up?
No, I don't know.
Just about done with the Thursday show. Don't forget, head on out to Milton Frank tonight. Watch a little high school football.
Gonna try to.
Are you going to go out there and watch a little Huntsville and Mae Jemison?
Yeah, it's an interesting battle of a couple of the better linemen in the Southeast and in the United States. When you talk about, Sam Bailey of Mae Jemison, offensive tackle, and then he's playing tight end for the Huntsville Crimson Panthers, but Joey Fleming. Both of them are considered high 4-star, maybe 5-star level prospects. So it'll be
right.
Mae Jemison's first real full game because they were. I think that game was halted in the first quarter against Benjamin Russell last week over at Louis Cruz, and then Huntsville coming off a tough, physical, hard game against Jasper. So it'll be interesting out there at Milton Frank.
Mae Jemison's got themselves a couple high-profile guys.
Yep, Sam Bailey being the biggest among them, and then like I said, Joey Fleming for Huntsville, Michael Chobe. It'll be an interesting matchup. It was last year where Huntsville won the game, but Mae Jemison left a lot on the bone, and I think they'd like to take advantage tonight.
All right. Got to give you a break in. When we come back, it'll be Friday morning at 7 o'clock. We'll be sitting in the chairs, wrapping up the week. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone.